Ryan Hilberg is the one that in years gone by has been that player, and now 2 or 3 players have to sort of cover that position for Leongatha.
Certainly impressed with the work and the unsung heroes of the Leongatha team, the Camerons, Stone and Cameron Olden. Both played really well last week, particularly Cameron Stone, who kicked a couple of vital goals during that third quarter, which is probably not in his work requirement to be kicking goals, but he certainly got up there and did the job and got those vital goals just when they were needed last week.
Poppy, we've let you be for the break. We've just got you back on. I'm going to put a photo out there to all our listeners just to show what sort of commitment you're going to give to us today.
It's incredible.
Well, you need to get to the Facebook page because I'm going to... Look, I know you're here. I just need something a little bit extra in this next couple of hours.
As soon as that siren sounds, boys, I'm back.
We're a quick break because after the break it is the first quarter. Umpiring his first senior Gippsland League game, as does some senior games in some minor leagues, but he's umpiring his first senior game in the Gippsland League. And the wife of Gary, Sarah, she's the goal umpire out here this afternoon as well. So it's fantastic for the Scholes family to all have everyone involved. Umpire, both central umpires there with Zach and Gary, and the goal umpire with Sarah.
Gary probably thought to himself when he started umpire, it's nice to get out of the house on a Saturday afternoon, isn't it? just some time to myself, earn a bit of money. All of a sudden he turns around, the wife's in the goals, the son's on the half-forward flank.
Exactly right.
We were told he started as an 18-year-old, so it's 26 years of umpiring. Well, to get to that 800 mark.
Good on him.
Fantastic, great work. Good luck to each of those today. And now we need our tips, boys. Who wins this massive game? Leongatha and Moe. We'll start with you, Boxer.
I'm going Leongatha.
By?
22 points.
22. Poppy?
Leongatha for me.
By?
23.
Paul?
Every week.
Should I go 21?
Yeah.
I do think I would have liked to have seen a full lineup for Moe to take them on this afternoon. I just think Leongatha at home are going to be a bit strong, and I think it's by about 18 points.
18 points. All right, I think Leongatha will win. They'll win by 13 points this afternoon.
13.
We've all gone with the home side. I think that's probably the key here, just being at home.
That would suit him.
Yep.
I think so,
absolutely. Yeah. I'd like to see him start a little bit higher. He's probably about 30 out. I want to see him 10, 15 metres up a little bit higher. At the moment, that's occupied by Lachlan Reese, I think it is. As we're about to get this underway, Gary Scholes is the one for the 800th time. He throws the ball up in the air. Morrow was the one that tapped it down in the Wood direction. He's given away the free kick straight away. Hayden Brown, and Jacob Wood wins it right in the middle of the ground. He goes to the far side here, kicking towards the Hills end, going back with a flight. Nice. And that was neatly done, and that was Forrester on the half-back flank, who will get it now to the near side. Stone was the target. It went over his head. Maskell was the one that eventually got it. Handled over the top to Stone. Back to Maskell. Now the left foot kick to some open space. Harry's the target back there. Goes to ground. He picks it up off his toes. Right foot kick to the hot spot. It's bouncing. Van Dyke, can he get there?
Way.
That is the way you start a game of football. And it goes to Jackson Harry of the Parrots to dribble it through from about 40 metres out, hard up on the boundary line.
Well, what a start there by the Parrots too. And it's just paramount the way they start their game as well. They were really prepared to spread the ball quickly. Maskell played high, got the ball moving really quick. The matchup for me too is Nagel with Renitz as well. I didn't expect Nagel to sit in the goal square as well. So really matchup that I want to look forward to.
40 seconds into the first quarter it took for that first goal to Jackson Harry. They lead on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard by that one goal straight 6.
All right, Willis contests a ruck for Leongatha, but again, Moe get the clearance out. Last time forward they couldn't make the most of it. In fact, Leongatha did that all too easily to convert their first goal. It'll be a bounce down, just short of left half forward for Moe. Ball thrown up. Oh, I'm not sure who I'd give that to. Possibly Morrow got a hand to it, but busting through was Willis. He opens the door for a teammate, but no Wood at the bottom of the pack. knocks it forward to the advantage of Blazer. Blazer's handball was a bit sloppy, but it still found Biffin.
Oh, he's
but
gone.
Biffin's found trouble, and Leongatha will go forward again. Good pressure by the bloke that really used the ball nicely before, and Mascal will kick forward from right half forward flank for the Parrots.
So he goes to the pocket direction, and finding that there is Brown. He can chip it over the top on a searching long lead.
Too easy.
Is Chrissy Dunn, and it is too easy. And just the way that Brown assessed the situation, he took the mark and quickly got ball to boot and moved to inside forward 50 for Chris Dunn to run onto it. He's down there kicking towards the leisure centre end or the town end here at Leongatha. The breeze just coming into his face a little bit, nothing major to speak of. Leongatha lead by 6 points at the moment as Parry put through the first, an absolute cracker goal of the day contender. So here's Chrissy Dunn on the boundary line about 40 metres out. He'll roll it in. He's a right footer. He starts it out to the left
Nice.
and he bring it back nicely. He knows how to kick goals here at Parrot Park. And there's another one to the Parrots.
That's an incredible start by the Leongatha side too. And one thing I've noticed is they like to push the ball out wide. They're prepared not to go that corridor. Get the free man on the outside, get the ball inside 50, and it was a great setup there by Brown.
3-minute mark of the first quarter, and Leongatha with 2 inside 50s have kicked those 2 goals. Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, Leongatha 2 goals straight 12. Moe yet to score.
Okay, Willis v Morrow, centre of Parrot Park here in what is shaping as a really important game for the makeup of the 4 in Gippsland Latrobe, and it's a good knock forward by Willis. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Some good bodies around the contest. I reckon the umpire will take control. He does, blows the whistle. So just metres Leongatha's way of the centre circle. There'll be a ball up again. It'll be Morrow who finds the body of Willis and gets the tap down to Wood. Wood dances around a couple. He's dispossessed of the ball, and here they go. The Parrots nicely done too. They go half forward flank. It spills to the ground, and Stanley is the first man there, but he overruns it, Scott.
Yeah, he had a fresh area. Hopkins nearly swooped on it, just fumbled it at the last minute. The umpire blows his whistle for a ball up. Getting up off the bottom of the pack there is Darnell Grech. And the youngster, Zach Scholes, in his first senior game of Gippsland League, throws the ball back up. No one really won it down. Wood was at the bottom. Working hard was Nagel there. Got wrapped up in a tackle for Leongatha. And Charlie Rannett's good to see. One of the prime defenders back running around in this Moe Lions outfit. Another stoppage. Willis tapped it straight down. No one really wanted a quick kick out. Goes in the Brock Davidson direction. Out there slipping the ground is Jenkinson. Got a handball away. It's picked off though. Quick kick from Maskell. Goes in the ward direction of Marriott, who marks and quickly plays on. He saw the advantage. Great spoil over the top there from Tyson Biffin. And Grady Coxedge was able to see that go over for a boundary throw in. But Marriott tried to find his target in Nagel, and great work by Biffin.
It was too. Nagel had a certain clear kick for goal if it found him. It didn't. As you say, Biffin's work was good, as was the ruck work by Willis. Tapped it forward. Can't find a teammate. Again, the umpire take control. Just 20 metres out from Leongatha's goals on a 45-degree angle as, again, Willis gets the ball, takes it out of the pack, tries to kick for goal. He's tackled, dispossessed now. Blazer at ground level. Can't get a handball out. I tell you what, there's 3 or 4 people dancing around that ball, but the contest is hot. And again, the umpire will take the ball from Blazer, who was one of those players fighting so hard.
And Leongatha's really forcing the error from Moe as well, so the pressure's right up there from Leongatha.
Ball goes back up again. It is Willis. Tapped it straight down to Marriott. Nicely done. He tried to get his handball away. His second effort wasn't too bad. Rennet was out there. Now helping out is Blazer. Underground handball goes backwards to Stanlake. His kick goes high and it might come off. Oh. No, it doesn't. They just went up with one hand. Now Sandbrook has it. Kicks it to the fat side. Does he find a target? He does. And marking it on the far side is Brock Davison for the Parrots, who will go back now, 45-degree angle. The breeze will come from his left shoulder, kicking towards the city end of the ground.
It's just that soft patch of the ground there too, Scud.
Is that where you were in the pre-game? Thanks to Carpet Country. As he strolls in, inside 50 he goes, puts it on its way. The right foot kick has got the length, but not the accuracy. A minus score on your Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard.
Leongatha 2-1-13. Moe yet to score. In fact, Moe yet to go inside 50, and it's 6.5 minutes into the first.
Short kick from full back finds teammate Coxedge, who goes towards the outer side. Couple of possessions. In fact, there's another one that goes inside to big man White. They're still in defensive 50. Now they bust it out. and they find the ruckman, who's found a little bit of room to move, and he hasn't got a Willis around him, but his kick, well, it was pretty poor, to be honest, because it's been turned over. And with a bit of room to wiggle now, it's Severin, who was dispossessed, or in fact found a teammate in Hopkins, who goes short. And here they go again, from one side of the ground to the other. Bowman opens up the door for his teammate in Forrester, and Forrester...
No,
well, he's kicked forward. There was a free kick behind play. It appeared to be against Willis.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
For a body contact on the little terrier in Jacob Wood.
Yeah,
so from defensive 50.
He went to Shepherd. I think it was just a bit up that 5 metre rule.
Yep.
So.
All right. So the kick there went to Blazer, who slows things up. Spencer White got a long way up from the ground. Now he has to work back. It goes in the Farrell direction. Over the back there was Skelling. Handballs now to Verboon. A nice handball over to Bowman, who gave it to Marriott. Little chip kick to Nagel. Look at this run through the middle. Davidson now lowers the eyes. Miss Maskell though. And now it might come back. Maskell goes in hard again on Van Dyke. The run from Darnell Grech. Sweeping handball out wide to his teammate. Little neat kick found Prestige. And he's marked on the wing. Grandstand side here at Parrot Park. He's looking for a target in Dugan. It's going to go over his head. Farrell now becomes the target. Spencer White crashed the pack. Who's at ground level for the Lions? No one's really there. Tackle quickly there from Leongatha's Olden.
Oh, free kick behind play goes to the ruckman from Moe Scott, and it's Big Morrow who picks it up, plays on quickly. Didn't see the kick. The umpire said it was holding the man, but Morrow's found Jenkinson now. He'll kick from 55, so he wants to find a winner. The kick inside forward 50 is terrible. It falls in the hands of Bowman, the defender now, or defender come midfielder for the Parrots, who kicks to right in front of our TRFM commentary position.
Sovereign is the one who marked it on the 45 inboard to Bowman. He's getting busy early. Good to see him getting back into some form. Down the line to Nagel, who marks inside the field of play. So Nagel goes inboard to Davidson. Can it sit up for Davidson? It does. He handballs over the top. Here's the run. It's from Borschman. He's got one over the top. It's Cameron Stone. He just got to gather it. He does. Straightens up. Right foot shot on goal and misses. Had all the time in the world. And in the end, only a minor score. Good build-up, though, by the Parrots.
Bit too easy, Nick. Bit too easy.
It was, and they like to push the ball out wide. Stone had all afternoon to get that ball.
9-minute mark first quarter. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard 2-2-14 Leongatha. Moe still yet to score.
So Moe bring the ball back into play. They come grandstand side looking for Farrell. Jumps high, takes a strong mark. That's what you want to see from your big men. Good strong mark over Nagel. Plays on quickly, goes inside the corridor. Don't know who he was looking for, but I don't reckon it was Schelling because he plays for the opposition. And he sends the Parrots forward to within 20 metres of goals, but they stand up just at the moment. They do it through Stanley.
Yeah, he repels that forward thrust out to Gallier on the half-back flank for the Lions. He has to stop and wait. They're all manned up. Teammates, he looks ahead, drives it to some open space. Spencer White on a long searching lead
nice
in
kick.
front of Westaway. It was a great kick. And White took the mark. Now he just casually gets up, takes all the time that he wants.
No one inside forward 50.
Gets towards Farrell now, who finally gets there, gets over the back of the pack. Working hard was Kyle Cooper. He got wrapped up in a strong tackle. And that was by Wilson. And we'll have a ball up. This is Moe's chance, inside forward 50. Rob Popplestone.
Well, Morrow takes the ball out of the ruck, went looking to find Blazer with a sneaky little handball, but he couldn't cut through the pack of Parrots players. And the umpire will again take the control of the pill, and he'll ball it up 45 metres from Moe's goals. They're yet to bother the scoreboard, but they're starting to fight hard. They're starting to get closer. And the umpire lets this one go for a smidgen extra. But the strength from both players wouldn't allow the ball to be spat out. So here we go again. Another bounce down. We'll see if Scud can't clear the way.
11 minutes gone in this first quarter. 14 points of margin. Blazers the one from the stoppage. Quick boot the ball. Goes to the point of the square. Farrell's back there. Gets a shocking bounce. Then he puts a tackle on Baboon. Did he have it? The umpire said yes, play on. Skelling goes and grabs it. Now he's looking for the boundary line and will find it. And right in front of the scoreboard here, inside Moe's forward 50, Paul Carter, key stats early.
Certainly Luke Bowman with 4 kicks and a handball, 5 touches. James Blazer also 5 for Moe.
That's for Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
Yeah, we've only played 11 minutes too, so some good work there as Moe go forward again. A left foot kick by Van Dyke. Well, it finds the boundary line. He was under pressure, mind you. So there'll be a boundary throw-in, just 10 metres from goals.
Moe are leading the clearance of 6-1 at this quarter, at this stage of the quarter.
So some good work by Morrow, maybe giving opportunities. This time he's against Willis. Both players miss it out the back White. Taken in the back, I thought, was Wilson. The umpire says, yes, sir, Repop, you're on the ball. You should be out here with a whistle, my friend. And the free kick will go to Josh Wilson, directly in front. 40 metres he'll kick from, and they need this one just to settle this line side.
Yeah, they certainly do, and he's been a good little find for him, is Josh Wilson. Handballs off quickly from this mark to Van Dyke.
No.
Well, the kick was smothered. Willis goes and gets it. Handballs to Sovereign. They might get out of this, the Parrots. They do. Dunn handball to Marriott. He's going to get run down. No, he's too strong for that. His kick, though, missed the target. Allowed Moe to get it through Darnell Grech. His tackle. The pressure from the Parrots is enormous. And the umpire said, my ball, and a strong tackle from Jackson Harry. Right on the wing area, allows a... Yeah, the umpire did say my ball. They thought it was a free kick for holding the ball, did the Parrots, but we'll have a ball up. 12 and a half minutes in, first quarter. Moe yet to score. Leongatha are 14 points in front. So Wood got it from the stoppage, gave it backwards by hand to Biffin. His kick to half forward. Wilson went with one hand, couldn't get it. Prestige was there. Sandbrook now stood up in it. Gave it off to the run of Forrester. His kick nicely done. Out wide to Turton. Inboard, under pressure. Now the Lions are able to swoop on that loose ball. Quick kick by Braganolo was smothered. They crash in again. Wilson does well at ground level. He's fighting hard for it. Lots of players around this one. We'll have a ball up.
Just for Moe, they're just making those silly errors, and just their thought process when they've got the ball, they just seem to be rushing without any real authority.
Left half forward flank they are at the moment. Morrow gets a tap down to Wood. Wood set on by a pack of Parrots again. And no one likes to be attacked by a pack of Parrots, let alone little Wood, Jacob Wood. So there'll be another bounce down, left half forward flank. Moe trying desperately to bother the scoreboard, but they can't. Harry jumped high and got the tap. Some good work at ground level by Harry, in fact. Or was that done? Nevertheless, the ball's at centre half forward, and Stanlake cuts it off from half back, takes a bounce, runs 20, goes short, and he finds a teammate in McLeod.
Yeah, drives it down in the direction of Farrell. Good spoil over the back there was from Baboon, and then put a overzealous tackle on. And a free kick will go to Galea. Far side of the ground. Josh looks up. Target will be Spencer White. Can he get a run and jump at it? No, it's on his head. Oof. Over the back it goes. Ball in dispute. Dangerous spot. Leongatha there through Cooper. Goes to ground. Wood trying to drag it in. He's given away a free kick.
Unlucky there.
Over the shoulder. Kyle Cooper has it and kicks.
Oh, no!
Straight out of bounds on the full.
Well, I'm not sure if there was someone with a Leongatha jumper sitting in the front seat of that Isuzu, but let me tell you, he would have hit him on the chest. The kick was so good. And bad at the same time. So let's see if Wilson can't do better than he did last time. He kicks to the top of the square, and Farrell jumps high. The umpire says yes. Well, I tell you what, it was a close one. It was a close one.
He had enough purchase on that one.
Okay. Well, this is going to be their first score. No question about that. But it's just whether or not Farrell can find the big sticks, and you'd have to be backing him. He's going to kick from 15 metres on the slightest of angles.
Big moment for Monticello's.
So, Farrell walks it in, gets to within 15, goes through the process. Off the boot, looks a bit sloppy. I reckon he's missed. He has indeed. He's missed it.
You're spot on, Pop. That was very sloppy off the boot.
And the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. Moe now 1 behind 1 point. Leongatha 2-2-14.
A little bit like that $5 note earlier you found. It was a little bit sloppy as well. As West away brings it back into the field of play. Over the back was Bowman. Good work at ground level by Harry. Gave it to Davidson. Now inboard to Hopkins, who put Murray under pressure. Bowman's there to help out. Hopkins has to go and get it again. The umpire nearly played holding the man. Fleming tried to crash through. They're under all sorts of pressure, the Lions. It's tough. It's contested footy. It's finals-like. And Dugan doesn't like it. Sandbrook nearly gave one, and Sandbrook just shoved Dugan, of course. Perhaps they're ex-teammates. Of course, Sandbrook played at Moe a couple of years ago. The ball quickly back up there. Handball out from Brown from Leongatha allowed Borshman to quickly get boot to ball to half forward line. Back there is Braganolo. He gets it, kicks it back towards the wing area. Big pack will form and Van Dyke will stand up strong in it. Squares it inboard to Biffin.
He does too, so Biffin's got to run it to the right. Does he see him? He sees him. Does he use him? He does, and off they go, the Lions. They do it well. From right half forward flank, a kick to within 30. Farrell's the target. He has to go through deep.
Scaling.
And a nice mark in front for the man you heard from Scud then, and Josh Skelling took the mark, plays on quickly. They turned defence into attack. They're going to do that through Cooper from the half-back line.
Well, he went to go inboard and then got told to go the other direction. So Borschmann was the one who dropped the mark. And now they get it back in the end to Cooper by hand. And he has to retreat. Oh. That's dangerous. They went back to Westaway lucky. Chopping of the arms, the umpire said. So Westaway has it. And again, they switch the play to Sandbrook, who goes straight up the middle of the ground. Does it miss Scully? It does. It allows Wood to come in. He's going to win it at ground level. Picks it up. He's looking for a runner. He didn't have one. Holding the ball.
Just lack of talk around the ball then. He had didn't have much time there at all.
Forrester was a strong tackle when he board to Davidson, who can chip it over the top. They've got Bowman in the middle of the ground. This is where they know their ground so well, the Parrots. Kicks it out wide. Nagels the target. He goes back with the flight. Marks and plays on quickly. Runs away from Rennet. Left foot delivery. Is it downfield, is it?
It is.
The downfield against Charlie Rennet. Or are they calling it out of bounds? No, it will be a Leongatha free kick. And, well, Maskell just happens to be there. He's going to square it up in the middle of the ground. On his own is Davidson, who can mark. And on a 45-degree angle on this side of the ground, the grandstand side, he'll have a shot at goal to extend this margin further. Bob.
And I reckon Davidson set that up from the defensive 50.
You're right. He's been busy early, Paul Carter, for Gippsland Ozuzu.
Davidson?
Were you not following
You wouldn't let me have it.
He was the one. I knew you were going to say that. Paul gave us 3 names and we left Brock Davidson out. Here's the chance, though. He's out of the park. He's about to have a shot for goal from 40 metres out. He's pushed it. It's going across the face. And on your Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, it's a minor one.
2-3-15 Leongatha to Murray, one behind.
Some of those matchups too. Fleming's got the job on Marriott, but it just seems like Marriott's running him around in circles at the moment. So Fleming just needs to find a little bit of body just to stop that influence with Marriott.
So we've got 35 players forward of centre as Murray try to manoeuvre their way through. It's going to be a tough old thing to do. Murray play on from full back. They kick it out of play on the full. There's no free kick given he played on. So there'll be a boundary throw-in forward of right half forward flank, grandstand side. Leongatha into attack and kicking to the town end of Parrot Park. And an important contest here. It's Morrow v Willis. Neither player gets a handle on the ball. Quick kick forward. I reckon that was Blazer. Kicks 45 metres. Galea front of the pack. Can't get his mitts on it. In fact, no players can really get a clean possession. There's 4 or 5 over that ball.
Just a quick around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, and in the AFL it's the Geelong Cats 2-2-14. They lead the Lions 1-2.
I sense a bit of nervousness in the voice there, Boxer. You're exactly right, Poppy, with the kick under pressure and a contest. That's the way that Mowie seem to be getting their movement forward, while for Leongatha it's just a little bit more open and clean at the moment. And again, this kick is into a pack area, and Chris Baboon just stood under that, and they look for the switch instantly. And that inside 45 kick. He doesn't want to kick down the line. That's his last resort. So he goes short to the boundary right in front of us here. Cole Sandbrook is the one. His head is on a swivel looking inboard as well. Not really an option. So the down the line kick is the absolute last retreat. On top of the head of Willis. Over the back was Charlie Rennet.
Good mark. Good, strong mark. That's what you want to see from a player coming back into the side. He put Stanley under pressure, though.
Kelly.
Coming through was Kelly. Nicely done. Took the ball. He's got all runners, but he couldn't find a teammate. Or could he? It bounces over the top, and he's going to get a second go at it. I reckon it's Nick Nagel.
Yep.
Nick Nagel kicks another one for the Parrots, and off they go. Cage door open. Hard to get back in.
Fantastic play by Rick Kelly, just coming off half back as well. But he had so many different options to go inside 52. Luckily enough, Darnell Greg nearly pulled off a miracle, but a great handball by Maskell and an open goal to Nick Nagel.
And at the 20-minute mark of the first quarter, it's a 20-point lead to Leongatha. They're 3-3-21 on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. Murray one behind 1 point. And in basketball terms, that was a fast break.
It certainly was. Poppy's call, I think, went unnoticed there. The cage door was open and they're hard to get back in. He's talking about the Parrots. Very well done, Poppy.
Thank you. Morrow gets a tap now. They want to go forward. Good work in the centre. I reckon it was for Mowie. It was Van Dyke who tried to hold the ball in. Off they go again. Top of the square. It falls short. Stanlake tries to take it out of play. He does. He succeeds in that. He had to wrestle with his opponent and the point post, but he got the ball over the boundary line. So that's how close it is to Leongatha's goals. There'll be a boundary throw-in.
Yes, right up against the point post. The boundary umpire now brings it back into the field of play. Willis taps it over the top, looking for a runner out the back. And Darnell Grex at the bottom. The was for maybe holding the ball, but the youngster in his first Gippsland League game said, I'm not having any of that, Poppy. And a good decision in the end.
It was.
Throws it up right on the point of the square. Willis grabs it out of the ruck. Bowman puts it on, ball to boot. Can you believe it? He's got something out of nothing, Luke Bowman. What a great goal that was. Your Gippsland Live goal of the day contender.
You just got to be in that right spot, but the Leongatha side at the moment, they've just got numbers around the ball. They just seem to be hunting in numbers every time they win the ball inside, and then they're prepared to push it on the outside. A great snap goal there by Bowman.
And it's now a 26-point lead at the 22-minute mark, and I think the alarm bells are ringing for Moe. Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, Leongatha 4-3-27. Moe 1 behind, 1 point.
Well, alarm bells are ringing. What do you do, Box?
They need to go man on man, just for the next few minutes.
Got a loose one? You don't want to loose one down back?
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, made a change. He put Farrell in the ruck to try to get a hand on the ball. He couldn't on that occasion. The ball finds itself grandstand wing side. I thought taken high for Leongatha was Jackson Harry. Play on was the call, and Moe through would go input. I tell you what, they've gone input a couple of times, and they've been cut off both times. This time it's going to be Nagel, who's a goal scorer, kicks to the top of the square. Stanlake had front position. He was held without the ball.
And 50.
Yep, indeed. Good call. There you go, Scud. AFL Commissioner, potential umpire.
It's not.
He knows everything.
He does everything.
And Stanlake will run the ball towards the centre of Parrot Park.
Well, you can't just knock someone over.
Poppy, while we're at it, well, let's go to an AFL score. In the other AFL game,
Yep.
It's 20-minute mark of the second quarter, and it's the Saints 6-4-40. They lead the Blues 5-5-35.
Well, Stanlake went lateral to Blazer. His kick goes over the top. Lachlan Reese has it half forward. Blazers away inside forward 50. The high kick. Skelling had the spoil. Comes to ground level. Cole Sandbrook's there for Leongatha. Prestige tried to tackle. Tapped off the ground by Bowman. The Boone handball out to Nagel, and now Leongatha away. Renitz has to go back with the flight. Good spoil by Stanlake. He allowed Renitz to come in and get a handball away. Now, Braganolo's close to the boundary line, and we'll see that over.
The reason why I say they go man on man now too, Scud, you can just see the way Leongatha bring the ball inside 50, and in comparison then we just sort of blazing kick go inside 50. It's every time that Moe have gone in, they haven't gone in with any real clarity.
No, you're right. Leongatha look composed. Moe look like they're under pressure whenever they've got hold of the ball, and under pressure Blazer got a quick kick forward and only got 10 metres. It was enough carry for the mark to be paid, and went to Brock Davidson, who's been busy in this quarter, but you won't know. We're not doing his stats. Compliments of Darryl Cooling. A mark, defensive 50, and off they go the Lions now. From defensive 50, they'll try to surge forward. And they go towards the outer side of the ground. They just can't find a winner in the air at the moment. Leongatha have got the numbers. They've got the answers. They're looking the goods. And let's see if they can repel for the last 10 minutes of this quarter. A quick kick forward.
Here's a chance.
Goes in the direction of White. He just needs a bounce and get on the left. Guess what? He gets the bounce and he gets on his left. He'll get a shot for goal. And he pulled the kick.
He did.
I reckon he pulled the kick, and he's gone across the face of goals and out of play. He didn't kick through that ball whatsoever.
At all. And he looked like he did everything, did all the hard work, got away from his player.
I think he's still got the hand
And he
in the
just
back of the
poked
line.
at it.
Yeah, maybe. Really interesting. Maybe some footing issues out there as well. But we're trying to find an excuse, but we couldn't get one. As there's still a chance, Moe. It's inside their forward 50 at least. The kick was smothered. It's Van Dyke. He loves a goal, and he loves the celebration. But he's going to celebrate on this time, is he? He wants to. The goal umpire, he likes it. He's going back to the middle. All clear. Straight through the middle. And that's the way you start it through Scott Van Dyke.
That's just exactly what they needed. I'm not sure whether that was a set play then from Spencer White kicking the ball outside and get it out of bounds. But well done there by Van Dyke. He's found himself forward now. Normally he's been playing down back all year, but a great goal.
And that is Murray's first goal. It's come at the 25-minute mark of the first quarter. They are 1-1-7 to Leongatha 4-3-27. Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland score.
Okay, Dylan Farrell in the centre for the Lions. He's up against the big man, Big Benny Willis for the Parrots. Let's see who gets the leap. Well, I tell you what, Farrell got the leap, but Willis had the football smarts. He waited, took the ball, and then kicked inside forward 50. A tap over the top, went searching for Grant Coxedge. He couldn't find the ball, but he might get a second go. He's dispossessed. Umpire says dispossessed unfairly, didn't have the ball, and Jackson Harry will get a shot for goal. Play on for goal. This is too easy. The Parrots bounce back through Maskell, and they bounce back quickly.
Yeah, that was the, you just see that one, Boxer, the advantage was paid, and certainly the free kick was there on Harry. Everyone stopped.
If anything, I was going to say, if anything was anything, but they stopped. The umpire just had control, and next thing you know, Maskell was smart enough to say, well, I'll have a go at it, and if the umpire pays it, I'll take it, and he did. So, yeah, just a late tackle there. Probably a free kick that Simi might be talking about a bit more at quarter time.
And Harvey Norman compared to the Gippsland scoreboard sees a 26-point lead to Leongatha reinstated, 5-3-33 to Moe 1-1-7.
I reckon he might have a few points on his boards at quarter time, though, Boxer. Worrying signs, and again they go forward, Leongatha. Brown was the one, had his legs taken out from underneath him, and they're going to go inside forward 50 again. Hayden Brown, that could nearly be 50. Oh, gee whiz, the throwback was a bit short. They've got numbers in the middle. He went inboard, and he found in there Olden. He's in the mud pit. He looks to square it. Now he goes short to centre half forward. Sovereign takes a mark. He's looking to go quickly. Has no chance. Moe got some good numbers back, so the kick goes to the pocket. Maskell direction, reads it. Good spoil over the back there from Darnell Grech. Wilson will let that go over, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
They're just cleaner with their little kicks inside. They're prepared to hold onto the ball a little bit longer, and their kicks inside, and then they'll push one forward real quick.
No, they're kicking with purpose, aren't they, moving forward, and I like the way they do it. So I like the way Willis is fighting hard too, just on the quarter time side, that went just over 27.5 minutes, boys, but it was all the home side, Scud.
Certainly was. Leongatha 5 goals, 3, 33. Moe 1-1-7. And it is a all one-way street out here at Parrot Park. The battle for third spot. It's quarter time. And Leongatha lead it. You're listening to Gippsland Live. All thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. Fantastic deals with their incredible range. You need a rush in store today.
Kennedy, Franklin, Brown and Lynch. They're all leading.
A lot of it early, and it's only because of Leongatha's structures, the way they played, and Moe was just allowed Leongatha was just allowed to play their style of football without that really hard pressure acts from Moe.
I think their ball use was very good, Leongatha, weren't
Absolutely.
they? Poppy, Leongatha, they were daring through the middle of the ground, but they were hitting targets. Moe, on the other hand, tried to go through there at really sort of tough positions on the ground and turned it over and cost them at least 2 goals.
You know what, it's almost as though Leongatha were expecting Moe to play the sort of game they were. The few times they went through the corridor, Leongatha were ready. Every time Leongatha got the ball, they did so with a lot of purpose, as we said. And you know what? They've started off this quarter with purpose too.
Well,
because Tommy Marriott's kicked the ball out of the centre square inside forward 50. Now off the boot of Nagel. It's going to fall within 20 metres. Can he find a winner? He can't. The race is on. Can they keep the ball in? They can. And now getting a chance is going to be Hopkins. He goes inboard, but Reynolds takes a good strong mark. He had to wait for it, but he got it. And now the big key defender will try to set something from the full-back line.
So Charlie Reynolds has it right on his last line of defence. Squares it up across the far side of the ground. As it sounds like a jumbo 747's arriving here at Parrot Park. It's just the kids working overtime on a Saturday afternoon as Grady Coxedge kicks it out towards the target was Farrell. He had to drop it. He dropped the mark and then had to win the footy again. He gave it to Morrow, and that was a nice neat kick. Found Jacob Wood. Half-back flank, though, for the Lions. This kick in the past has been the danger one. And again, it's gone up in the air on top of their heads, and Leongatha have got numbers at ground level. But crushing the way through there was Jenkinson. Tapped it to himself twice, and then he slipped over, stood back up, handball to himself. Leongatha have got 3 numbers around that one. Cooper's one of those, and they're away. This time Marriott's all on his own at half-back flank, puts it straight in the middle of Hopkins. He turns, he's got numbers everywhere. Over the back there was Olden, quickly gave it off to Brown, and then chiselled one. Well, they didn't know who to take it. Was it Nick Nagel? In the end, he had to grab it and kicked around his body, and if you don't mind, they ruffled it out there, Nick Nagel and Cade Maskell, and in the end, we get a goal out of it through Nick Nagel.
And it's every single time they've scored, it's been through that transition play, quick kick through the middle, and they're prepared to do that little quick chip 15, but it's the next kick and the next kick that gets them on the hop. Maui were flat-footed, great goal, well done Parrots.
Green and Gippsland scoreboard sees the margin now out to 32 points in Leongatha's favour. They are 6-3-39. Maui 1-1-7. We've played 2 minutes second quarter.
All right, the ball back in the centre of Parrot Park. It'll be Willis up against Morrow, and Willis gets the tap and finds a teammate again. Here we go. It's deja vu. They go inside forward 50 over the top. Maybe a free kick. No, Stanlake cuts it off, but he's got no one to go to except Green and Gold, and Green and Gold pick it up. They do it through Stone, who goes inboard to Hopkins, and now Hopkins looks in the pocket. Reynolds, well, he did the best he could. He probably got done for shepherding, but taking the good mark anyway was Maskell. And the Parrots, wow, they're starting to roll along now, these boys, aren't they?
Yeah, the Maui midfield need to get, they've just got to be a lot better inside. Their defence now have been under pressure because their midfield is prepared to let Leongatha do what they like.
Well, their pressure's enormous, and I reckon Leongatha has watched the Sale Maui game. Sale's pressure was enormous a couple of weeks ago, put these Maui players under a bit of pressure, and they couldn't cope with it. And today, Leongatha's pressure is spot on, and the scores are a little bit similar. Can Cade Maskell add Leongatha's 7th goal? He's a left footer. Look at that for a kick, I reckon. He hasn't quite snuck it home. A minor score only just, Paul.
6-4-40 Leongatha. Green and Gippsland scoreboard. Maui 1-1-7. That's a 33-point margin in Parrots' favour. 3.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Okay, Greg brings the ball up. Can he find a teammate? Yeah, nice leg. Gained 45 metres and found Blazer, who had a little bit of room to move. But now from defensive 50, he looks up forward and goes, oh my goodness, I've got no one to go to. I'm just going to blaze it away. And can I find wide? I can't. In fact, Leongatha, the Green and Gold are there first, but taken in the tackle was Turton. And then we go bounce down. Grandstand side centre wing. And we got Morrow up against our friend Willis.
Well, no one really got a tap away. It bounced back to Morrow. He quickly gave it. It was picked off to Brown. And his kick went straight down Maskell's throat. Gave it by hand to Stone. He's 51 metres out and chisels a pass to Jackson Harry. And he has some sort of vertical leap, does Harry. He's an exciting forward. Harry will square it up. He'll play the team game. No was the call because there's Lions everywhere, but somehow Leongatha get it to Hopkins, and it doesn't matter. They might get the dangerous kick in board, but who cares? Because Josh Hopkins can just slot it through the middle.
I'll tell you, one of the big stats for any good side is that assist inside 50, and Leongatha are prepared to share the ball inside 50, Scud. And again, Hopkins, you can see Hopkins shared the ball through, then Harry into a player in a better position, and again the Parrots kick another goal.
That margin now blown to 39 points at the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. The Green and Gippsland scoreboard has Leongatha at 7-4-46, Maui 1-1-7.
I tell you what, I'm not sure what Maui's biggest defeat of this year is, Paul Carter, but we might be looking at it right now as the reigning premiers go bang, bang, and this time it was Willis who found his teammate in Marriott. And they try to thread one through the centre of that muddy patch there. They can't. I'll tell you what, the pressure around the ball from Leongatha is red hot, if you don't mind, and it earns, on this occasion, Rhett Kelly, another free kick, goes towards the outer side. They've got runners and space, and they've got pace, and they've got great skills, and they're making this look easy.
Yeah, Forrester was the one. He comes back in board by ease to Sovereign, and he can turn around and then run away. He gets a handball just away. Blazers tried to pick it off, but Marriott closed quickly on him. Then he goes and gets the football, and they handball it out, and Leongatha are going to get away with this again. Marriott snaps around his body, top of the 50 it goes. Big spoil there was from Stanlake, but front and square was Hopkins. Now he puts it to a dangerous spot. Nagel's being held. The umpire calls play on. They're under enormous pressure on the Lions defence. They're going to get a shot on goal, Leongatha. Of course they are. It lands in the hands of Chrissy Dunn in the goal square.
There's that goal assist again.
Persistence, pressure pays off. And they just will the football forward. They steal it out of each other's hands. And Chrissy Dunn, the easiest of goals, And this is danger signs for Monticello's here for Moe right now. And the margin, well, it's out to 45 points, Boxer.
Unreal. And I think, I'm not sure what to do now as a coach. I think that, the midfield is where they're getting cut apart, Moe, at the moment. And they really need to make sure that they just go back to man on man, get themselves back into this game bit by bit. But at the moment, the Parrots are on fire.
And we've only played almost 7 minutes into the second quarter, and it's Leongatha 8-4-52 in the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard. Moe still stuck at their quarter-time score of 117. Josh Hopkins and Tom Merritt had 5 disposals each in the first 6 minutes.
All right, so Murray gets the tap, but he can't find a teammate. Well, we've said that a few times today. The umpire will take 2 on this occasion as we look at some scores around Gippsland Latrobe, my friend.
Yeah, just quarter-time scores, 134, 125 to Sale, 2-3-15. Mafra 4-6-30, Druin 3-1-19.
So back here, guess what? Hopkins got out towards Turton. They tried to clean him up, but they lost the football. Blazers at ground level and didn't have any time to get rid of it.
In the mid-Gippsland, it's quarter-time there. It's 2-2-14 to Hill End, 2-3-15. That was moving north. And in the North Gippsland, Yarram 4-4-28, TTU 1-2-8.
That's all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Stores right across Gippsland as they try and get a bit of run from half back. Now this is where they start to break down because Spencer White now is got across half back and he's trying to help his teammate out, but unfortunately when he does that they lose their structure, and Leongatha across half back have got all the numbers. Kelly was there, good solid hit on Davidson, that might be the spark. Was from Fleming, gave it a handball over the top to Wood. They run to 50, does Jacob Wood, has a bounce, he can handball over the top, the run and draw, they can turn around, Lachlan Reese will go in, kick the banana and put it through the middle. And that could be the one. That's a good start, and it started from the strong physical work of Fleming.
Absolutely, that was great work there by Fleming too, and fantastic work from inside 50 there to Jacob Wood to set him up, and a much needed goal to Moe.
Well, on your Greenham Gippsland scoreboard, Paul Carter.
It's Moe now 2-1-13, trailing with 39 points. Leongatha 8-4-52.
Well, that could just be the spark, I think, Boxer. That's exactly what they needed.
Absolutely, and it's that player like Jacob Wood. They need the Woods, the Blazers, to be really inspirational in regards to their comeback from Moe.
Poppy's just doing a little bit of extra work to our effects mic. We'll get back to that in a moment as back to the stoppage work, and Willis at ground level tries to tap it out. There's a free kick being paid here. It's being legged, going in the way of Leongatha and Big Ben Willis.
Poppy, you're going to get votes today. Some of that stuff that you've done this afternoon.
Doing the hard yards, buddy. Doing the hard yards. You know what the answer is? Drink more on a Friday night. That's the answer. Here we go. The Parrots into attack again. They do it through Davidson, Brock Davidson. He's been pretty good from left half forward. He looks into that central part of the ground inside forward 50. Rennett's head front spot.
There's a
free
push.
kick behind play. Not sure who caused the free kick, but I'll tell you who gets the ball. It's going to be Maskell. And he'll kick from 45, and he's on probably an angle of 45, maybe not so sharp.
Drop in the ocean for this.
Yeah,
break.
He kicks well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a wonderful kick.
Way.
Yep, and he's already got one, and this will be a great shot for goal for him, no doubt. They are going to get the response pretty quick, you'd think, Poppy.
I've done it a couple of times. This is not what Moe need, a quick response, but the Parrots have done this. So Maskell, that left leg is long, it's straight, it's goal time!
And what this sort of does too, Poppy, I'm just sitting there going, wow, what a kick. It just puts that element of doubt into Moe's mind now too. They're going to play finals. They could meet Leongatha in a final, and all of a sudden, Leongatha are putting a massive dent in their mindset.
This is a statement that hurts the side beyond today's loss, let me tell you.
Absolutely.
And Leongatha have only got inside forward 57 times for their 4 goals this quarter. And on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard, they are now 9-4-58. Moe 2-1-13. Cade Maskell 3 goals.
So they've got a loose one back now, have Moe, as Van Dyke is that loose one. But it doesn't matter because they're winning it from the coalface right in the middle of the ground through Marriott, who steps through 2 tackles and then just copped up the footy, and Jacob Wood ran onto it. But great pressure by Bowman to cause a fresh air kick. Enough for the umpire to say that's holding the ball.
He just got enough of that jumper and Wood missed the ball completely, so he had to call it.
So Luke Bowman, who has had an interrupted season, just starting a little bit of fitness back, and I sense that he's starting to get back to his best form. And he kicks down the throat though, and picking this one off will be Lachlan McLeod. So McLeod now has it. He goes inboard in towards the Dugan direction, who takes the mark. We're still on half-back flank and Dugan's there and he's a forward. Kicks to the wing area, just in the field of play. Yes, it is. Tom Fleming was the one to mark it.
That was in by a B's back leg.
Yes, righto. As Fleming now drives it down towards half forward. Spencer White flew and got high and took a great mark. Can he wheel and go? The forwards line opened at the moment. He waiting and waiting. The numbers now start to flood back. Waits long. Now he steps around, Sculling on the mark. Handballs over the top, tries to draw something. McLeod delivers it low into the shallow pocket. Cooper came the other direction and White just slung him around by the head.
Kick.
And the free kick will go down to that back pocket to Cooper. So Leongatha stopped that forward thrust again, and Cooper's kick to Sandbrook is nice and neat.
So Sandbrook comes out of defence, comes grandstand side, centre wing contest. Rennett's got fist to the ball, found the boundary throw in. Behind play, the umpire, 1 second. The umpire may have found a free kick down the field, was it?
Nagel
goes inboard, so off they go again. They got plenty of runners, he just has to choose which option. Chooses a short one inside centre square. That bloke is Turton. He's got a runner to his right, and that runner is West away, and he runs away, but without the ball. It's going to be a turnover now, and Moe, they're under all sorts of pressure, but Morrow stands tall. He eases that pressure, but only momentarily. The race is on. Who's going to be there first? It's going to be Moe, and it's going to be Van Dyke, who kicks inside forward 50. It's a one-on-one contest, and Spencer White takes the ball. He should go back and kick because there's no one forward of him when he took the mark, but he turns his back on play, takes his time, and now he's relying on both length and accuracy to find the goals.
Well, 13 minutes gone, and they trail by 45 points. You're here for one reason, and it's the kick goals. And he needs to go back and put it through because it's a big moment of the game for Monticello's this afternoon. Furphy Ale Stubbies slabs at $45, and Yellow Glen at Yellow 700ml.
None for Poppy.
$6.
No.
Please drink responsibly. As
Here we
Spencer
go.
White comes in directly in front, left footer, should not miss. Put it on its way, and he's hit the upright. And on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard,
Now a 44-point margin in Leongatha's favour, 9-4-58, Moe 2-2-14.
Scud in the AFL. It's 22-minute mark of the second quarter, and it's the Cats 4-5-29. They lead the Lions 3-6-24 in a thriller.
well, kick goes short, found Chris Baboon in the back pocket, drives it outside his defensive 50, and that's the kick. It found Borshman on the wing, and now they got some runners, and they go in that direction to Nagel on the wing area on his own, drives it inside forward 50. Look at the kick to Maskell. He's too far out to score, but he can wheel and go. He wants someone to come to him. He drives it long, and it doesn't matter because Cade Maskell's unloaded, and it's gone through the middle. And as soon as we get the goal, Leongatha respond.
It's just the best transition footy you want to see. Their half-back line, their slingshot footy is the best I've seen all year. Just their link up through outside, and they come on inboard straight away. Nagel, you could see when he got the ball, he knew where to go straight away. Maskell, smart play. He had done in the goal square on his own, but didn't need him. Great goal to Leongatha again.
And Cade Maskell now has 3 goals out of Leongatha's total of 10-4-64, a 50-point lead over Moe 2-2-14. Greenham Gippsland scoreboard 15 minutes, second quarter.
I tell you what, Moe's biggest loss this year has been 33 points, and that was away to Maffra, so no shame in that loss. But I tell you what, there's a few heads that should be hanging at the moment, and I tell you what, I reckon that the coach Lachlan Sim might want to hang a few blokes at half time the way things are going. With the ball though, his prestige. Grandstand centre wing. Looks inside forward 50. Can he find a contest? He can. Farrell's 3 deep. And guess what? Man in front takes a mark. It's easy for Baboon, who plays on quickly. And he's got Zambrook with a bit of room to move. And look at this. This is way too easy, boys.
Yeah, it sure is. The handball over the top. They've got numbers everywhere. On the wing there is Davidson. He can get it further afield by hand. He does. The run is Forrester. They're on their own. Jackson Harry. Here's transition footy at its absolute best. Harry now delivers to Maskell, who can mark in front of his eyes, and a Moe player did not touch it in 7 possessions of football. This Leongatha side is about to stamp itself as the league favourites for the premiership this year. Mark my words.
Absolutely. I'm just going to keep repeating myself all afternoon in regards to what they did. Maskell led forward into the goal square. Sorry, back into the goal square. and turned his player inside out, and it was a smart lead and a great kick there too.
Well, Maskell's lining up for goal number 4, and we're at the 16-minute mark of the second quarter. It's a 50-point margin in favour of the Parrots on their home deck, and Cade Maskell just goes bang and does not miss. He is dead eye, and he's got 4 goals this afternoon.
Incredible. It's just great play there too, and Leongatha making a massive statement as well.
And Maskell's 4th goal takes the Leongatha lead out to 56 points, and we're only 16 minutes into the second quarter. The Parrots on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard are 11-470 to Moe 2-2-14.
So it's a bit of Groundhog Day too. I'm pretty sure Maskell kicked 4 in the second quarter last week against Sale as well, didn't he?
Well, he's in super form, you're right, Boxer, and in his 10 games to date, he's kicked 18 goals, but with 4 so far, he's going to threaten to burst into the top 10 goals. Here we go. Willis gets a tap down. They're inside forward 50. Maskell, well, he's sort of dancing around like Fred Astaire. He just don't care. He's got plenty of time. Goes inside forward 50. Kick probably wasn't as good as it should have been. Oh, no. Nothing's going the visitors' way. A free kick for not handling the ball correctly means that Josh Hopkins now will have a go to threaten goals, or will he find a teammate? He can't. It was smothered off the from the mark, the man on the mark that was, and it fell short. And Wood, the Moe player there, is on the bottom of the pack holding the ball in. There'll be a bounce down 25 metres from Leongatha's goals.
Boxer is, this is very, very good from Boxer. I'll get back to it in a moment because there's a chance for another Leongatha goal. Braganolo just coughed it up. Fleming now has it for Moe. Left foot clearing kick. It's going to come back though because Forrester marks it too far out to score. Lots of Moe numbers back, but they're just manning space, not players. They're trying to basketball it around, are they? West away, yes they are. They come to the middle. Cameron Stone now comes to the near side. Baboon has it. He's got Cooper if he wants in further laterally, but he decides just to wait. There's a bit of space now in top of the 50. Hopkins has it too far out. He chips it over the top, but a turnover. Well, they just under a bit of pressure. Galea just spoiled it because he thought there was someone coming, and Sovereign kicks around the body and marks there to Cameron Olden. Will he wait? Where's Maskell? He's looking for the shallow pocket. He's going to double back. No, he doesn't go that direction. And just the 15 required goes to Hopkins.
Great patience.
I tell you what, last week, Cade Maskell, there might be a handoff here. We might get back to the moment. Cade Maskell kicked 3 goals in a row in the second quarter. And from the 12-minute mark to the 22-minute mark, 3 goals in a row. Hopkins' shot's going to land short. And a big fly over the back was Farrell, who can take the mark.
He does. Takes it right in the opposition's goal square, he does. And then looks up forward. He looks towards the TR commentary position. He's not kicking to us, but it's in our direction. And the race is on. Who's going to lead the race? Well, it doesn't matter because the boundary's going to win. Beats Maskell in the end.
Poppy, I want to hear Darryl talk about what he was going to talk about.
Yeah, Maskell kicked 3 goals in a row, 12-minute mark, 15 and then 22-minute mark last week.
Yes.
Well, this week he's kicked at 10-minute mark, 14-minute mark, 16-minute mark. Boxer spot on. He's the number 2 stats man in the business.
He is too, yep. But there's daylight between first and second, and there's daylight between these two sides right now as it spills over the boundary line just 10 metres from Leongatha's goals.
Josh Hopkins has had 9 kicks and a handball this quarter, and it's not even the 20-minute mark. Tom Marriott, 6th kick just then.
This is too easy. This is a big concern, I tell you right now. Farrell fights hard.
Here's Hopkins.
There could be another chance. No, beaten to it by Blazer. He gets a handball, a quick one. It was neat and cute. Found Dugan. Dugan gave it off, but guess what?
Holding the ball.
Dropping the ball against Wood. And it's another shot at goals, and it's going to go the way of Nick Nagel.
Yeah, this will be a tough one.
Just see what I wrote before the game.
He's kicked a couple.
Nick Nagel, the X-Factor boxer, reckons. He didn't say it, but he wrote it down apparently.
He did, yep.
Not sure when he wrote it down.
No, I reckon about 35 seconds ago.
You haven't seen him pick your pen up for a while. Now, come on.
It's Nick Nagel. He's going to run around, kick around the body, and it's coming back. It's just helped over. It had a good bend on it. But Farrell, the ruckman, put it through.
Was it a good bend?
It was a good bend.
Yeah, good bend. It's a lot better than just your normal good.
Oh, turnover again.
The kick, though, in was very, very bad. That's a badder kick. And it falls in the hand of Davidson. So, Brock Davidson, I reckon, is the player with the ball. And he'll kick for goal. I don't mind the way he moves either, Brock Davidson. He could be a chance to nail this. He'll kick from 45 on the slightest of angles. He walks in confidently, he looks up, and he kicks for goal. The distance, no, across the face of goal, boys, and I reckon it may have snuck in for a point. It did. One minor score.
11-6-72 Leongatha's score at the 21-minute mark of the second quarter. 58-point leaders over Moe, 2-2-14 Greenham Gippsland scoreboard.
Well, dire straits now for the Lions. As we said, this game has been built up for a top 3 spot, mind you, the double chance. Well, Moe, the way they're going, are to find themselves in an elimination final in a couple of weeks' time. Not the ideal start to their finals campaign. Can they get a little bit of run from half-back? Van Dijk was the one who had it, gave it to Dugan, though. He's now at centre half-back. All the numbers are virtually in one half of the ground as Dugan went lateral because there was no one forward. And Jenkinson was on the end of this one. Jenkinson just got no run and attack at the moment. They got no space, even on that kick. As he got called to play on, the man on the mark closed quickly. And the kick, though, in the end, dropped in the hands of Spencer White. He quickly goes, but it was a poor kick.
Dear.
And Bowman, well, he didn't have the football. The umpire said play on. Now Van Dijk gave one away. Dugan, quick boot to ball. Top of the 50 it goes for the Lions. Over the back of Baboon's head. Handball from Ainsworth. Gave it across to Prestige.
No,
Inboard was the call. It didn't matter. Hayden Prestige went, I'll slam it home. And a steadier before half-time. That's just what they needed.
Absolutely, Scott, and I think it's just that little build-up. Probably wanted him to chip it over the top, but he had enough pace there to get the goal that they needed and maybe just give him a little bit of glimmer of hope coming into half-time.
Brings the margin back to 52 points in Leongatha's favour. The Parrots 11-6-72, Moe 3-2-20, and that's on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard. 23 minutes played of this second quarter.
All right, so Leongatha, we know, boys, have responded very quickly every single time. Let's see if they can't do it again. They're going to win the centre break, or are they? No. Wood stops and gets a free kick, put his body on the line. And although he paid the price, he got a reward. He plays on quickly, comes grandstand side to Blazer. He doesn't need to. Ange whips it in with the left mitt, and then goes down the line to half forward looking for White. Goes over that player's head. They've still got a chance there. They're inside forward 50. White butters up and provides a contest. Free kick. I reckon he was held without the ball. The umpire says, you're right, Pop, and he calls a free kick. But I reckon there was some advantage played, and now it goes out of play, just 15 metres from Moe's goals. Moe now, the visitors, they're kicking to the Leongatha end of Parrot Park, and they're trailing by a margin, boys, 52 points.
Ball comes back in. Can they get some from this stoppage? I need two goals.
Blazer!
Blazer puts it on the boot, but kept it skinny. Minor score.
Now a 51-point margin. It is Moe 3-3-21, Leongatha 11-6-72.
Okay, so Baboon will bring the ball back into play, Willie. He's got a couple of options here. There's a bit of room. I don't really like this press here. Way too many options there. One of the easiest one was Zambrook, who goes short. They're just working their way along the boundary line. In fact, I reckon that one may have went out of bounds in the full. No, the umpire said it was touched on one side of the line, and so it'll count as a boundary throw-in. It's almost at the intersection of forward 50 and boundary line, Moe into attack.
So the two ruckmen, Morrow and Willis, again, they've done most of the ruck work all day. Willis just grabbed it out of the ruck, put ball to boot towards the boundary line, and lucky, I think, because Jackson Harrier was running towards the bench, even though that kick was directly towards the boundary line, but boundary throw-in.
Scar just in the AFL, and Brett Ratton might be writing his ticket here. It's the 4-minute mark of the third quarter, 7-5-47. The Saints, they lead the Blues 5-6-36.
Beautiful tap over the head from Willis, found Marriott. What? A one-handed mark from Maskell, and he can kick it to some open space, running back with a flight. Olden. And if that wasn't a great mark, well, Olden's was just as special, because he ran back, he knew contact was coming. He had a look and he saw Darnell Grech was coming. He put the hands up and was as strong and as brave as ever, and rewarded with a great contested mark. And this youngster from Leongatha, who is impressing every week we see him, Cam Olden, will go back, and we spoke about the responses pretty swift, and again, this one is just as swift. 25 minutes and Cam Olden rewards himself with a goal.
You guys are watching the same game as me. The transition of Leongatha, amazing. As soon as they win the ball, and that was a great mark there by Maskell, one-handed, just a turnaround quickly, and he had three players. Holden's mark was fantastic too, but I'm just saying how good Maskell's was before that.
Thank you.
But they moved the ball really quickly, and they scored quickly as well.
That's their seventh goal for the quarter. They lead by 57 points, 25 minutes of the second quarter having been played. 12-6-78 Leongatha, Moe 3-3-21, Greenham Gippsland scoreboard.
Well, they've had the knife in, they've given it a twist, and now I'm not sure what they're going to do at the crime scene here, but They've put a margin between themselves and Moe. In fact, they're looking second rate is this Moe side at the moment as they go forward again. Blazer, a rare physical contest for him. But it's too easy and they go inside forward 50 again. I thought of pushing the back. The umpire says, yeah, of course it was. I've been doing that all day. The parents are playing in front. You'll get the rewards, boys. It's pretty basic.
Yep.
You learn it in under 10, the same applies.
You're spot
at
on.
senior level.
Absolutely spot on, Poppy.
You know how good they're going to, Leongatha, when you've got players like Marriott that can bustle through Ben Morrow in a heartbeat.
It's a team game. It's a team sport. This Leongatha side is working great
absolutely.
together.
Yep.
They just allowed, no one really dropped in the front of the leading target in Nagle then for Moe. They stayed on their player.
They move the ball that quick, they don't have time.
In that little contest, there was a couple of moments someone could step in front and not just leave the guy from behind to give away the free kick. There's Nagle directly in front. He's going to put it on its way, and he might have another one. I think he has. And this is becoming an absolute bloodbath here at Parrot Park, if you don't mind.
Well, we weren't expecting this. We weren't. And we can just keep talking how well Leongatha are playing well as a team at the moment. You can just see the Murray team at the minute. They are very deflated coming into half-time, but they better not be because I think Leongatha, the way they're scoring, they can get on a couple more before half-time.
Now a 63-point margin in Leongatha's favour on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard. 13-6-84. They kicked 8 goals this quarter to Moe 3-3-21.
Well, they can take the foot off the pedal, Leongatha, and still win by 100 points.
Well, there it is, half-time, and it couldn't come quick enough for this Lion side. They look to the scoreboard, they look to the heavens, they're trying to look for some sort of answers, and Leongatha are still on their toes, they're up and about. It is 13 goals, 6-84 at half-time. The Moe Lions are 3-3-21. This is a battle. This is third versus fourth, if you don't mind. An unbelievable half of football from the Parrots. Goal scorers so far in the half, Cade Maskell has 4, Nick Nagle's got 3, Chrissy Dunn has 2, singles to Hopkins, Harry, they're spreading it around, Cameron Olden and Luke Bowman. A great first half by the Parrots. You're listening to Gippsland Live right here on TRFM. It is 63 points at half-time, and it's all for Harvey Norman Electrical.
Kate, Tim and Marty. The first boy I was ever in love with was called Brendan Page.
What happened to Pagey?
He went on and had a family of his own. This is when I'm about 5. We used to jump on the trampoline and tie tea towels around our neck.
And what was the tea towel thing about?
It's a cape, mate.
Oh, I thought it might be a sort of an asphyxiation thing you were into with him.
Or like you were channeling a future Matt Preston.
No.
Kate, Tim and Marty.
For Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. 7 stores servicing Gippsland. We return to the action of TRFM's Gippsland Live.
Yeah, welcome back here to Parrot Park. Third quarter just getting underway. There's already a free kick being paid in the middle of the ground to Tommy Marriott. Gippsland Live on TRFM, round 6-17 it is, as Marriott's kick goes towards Nagle. The Parrots, they lead by 63 points and are about to go forward again. Good tackle there on the defender there of Braganolo. The handball comes out the back to where Stanlake was. He kicks around the body and found Jacob Wood. Now, I posed a question to Rob Popplestone and Nick Lucchino at halftime. Boxers coaching Leongatha. What did you say at halftime, Boxer?
Oh, I just kept it really focused in the room. So everything was, they're in their groups. They just talk about what they've done in that first half and how they can emulate that again in the second half. So just kept it downbeat, not just kept the room very quiet and made sure they come out and did their business again.
Poppy, for me, 2 things, straightforward things. Win the quarter. Let's win one quarter, but also let's start to hit some bodies. Let's start to hit the contest. Even if you commit to the ball and it doesn't bounce your way, run past it, hit a body. Every time there's a body close by, feel it. Make them know you're around. Let's turn it around slowly.
Yeah, well, it's certainly been too easy for the Parrots in the first half, and again they come in the middle of the ground. Hayden Brown has it, and he's got one lateral. It's Forrester on the wing. He's got the chip over the top. The one inboard's a nice, neat one. Found Cameron Stone. He goes out to the flank area where running on was Borschman, and he quickly got held up there, did Borschman. Presenting targets was Hopkins, goes to a hot spot though, going back with a flight, the big spoil, goes down, Harry's going to run into an open goal, he rides it beautifully, and 2 minutes in, we've already got Leongatha's first goal of the third quarter.
He has got pace to burn, Harry. He was about 10 metres behind the contest.
Boxer, you called man on man
Yep.
at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, and I still haven't seen man on any occasion. It's actually, I'm looking out there thinking, have Leongatha got actually 2 or 3 extra players?
I tell you where the burst has got to come from is our half-back line.
Yep.
The
half-forward line, I should say.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard now sees Leongatha 14-6-90, a lead of 69 points, 2 minutes into the third quarter. Moe 3-3-21.
Well, Willis and Morrow again do battle. Morrow tapped it down. Blazer in the middle got slung in a tackle. No opportunity. We'll ball it up again. Well, Poppy, I can just confirm for you, it is 18 on 18 out there at the moment.
You've had a quick count?
I had a quick count. It's 18 on 18.
All right, here we go again. Morrow wins that one. Running into a brick wall there was a Leongatha player who I didn't quite pick up, but guess what? They're unrelenting. It was Tommy Marriott as the big man Willis gets down, gets dirty, and then stands back up to contest a ruck. Not sure that either player got hand to the ball, but it fell in the arms of Big Willis, and the umpire will take control. So it's still basically in the centre of the ground. This time, take your pick. It ended up with Leongatha, a kick inside forward 50. It threatens the forward 50. Blazer gets a quick handball over the top to Greg. Under pressure, he went searching for a teammate. Good tackle, though, by Marriott.
Hold the man, though.
Hold the man without the ball. So Marriott held on to it too long, and the free kick will go the way of Jenkinson. Defensive 50, looks up forward, and he can see a hell of a lot of green and gold.
He certainly does, so he has to go wide to Spencer White, who's up half-back flank area. He can't mark it because there was good pressure by Cooper. He tried to tap it. Good work by White, but he gave away a free kick. He jumped in the back of Cameron Stone, and Stone wins himself a free kick. As he kicks it over the top, Maskell's the target, puts it on top of his head. It was an easy one for Stanlake to come over the top and spoil. And with a boundary throw. And then, Poppy, you talk about players being on their own and not being manned up. It's just a faith and trust in their teammates to win the footy at the coalface or to keep your width, to give the handball out wide to your runners, and that then looks like that they're all on their own. And when you start to get under a little bit of pressure and start to panic like Moe are, they get sucked into the contest when they don't really need to.
No, and they're being sucked in for most of today because that scoreboard says they've got a huge issue a week and a bit out from finals when the side directly above them within touching distance or directly below them in touching distance is beating them by 12 goals. Excuse me. Here we go. They go forward again. Through Stone, inside forward 50 now. Good strong mark, and it was taken by Stanlake.
Yeah, so he's going to, Paul Cutter's mentioned a couple of their key backs not touching the footy in that second half, and no doubt Coach Simsy, he got stuck into him, and Stanlake already got his hands on a couple. Nice kick to Blazer. They're looking to go inboard. He goes short now. They're just trying to hold on to the football. Grady Coxedge has it. He can chip it over the top. Spencer White's on his own. He can mark it just inside the field to play. They haven't got much room to work because they're hard up on the boundary line. And
has to come Farrell, doesn't he? Here we go.
Well, he does go in that direction. Farrell's at the back, though. Now he works his way to the front, but he pushed out Chris Baboon. No, he said called him Mark. Well, fair enough, too.
Pocket. Go.
Farrell, the instructions were to go, and Farrell just held onto it. Now he kicks high in the direction there of Jacob Wood. Probably not the right man to go to. The smallest player on the field. And that's because Spencer White has to play high. Dugan has to play high as well, and there's easy pickings for Westerway.
So Westerway goes laterally towards the outer side of the ground. Spilling the mark there on that occasion was the little Mini Cooper. He plays on quickly.
He's got time.
He's got time. Yeah. You know what? He could have read today's paper before he dispossessed the ball, or at least the sports section. He went towards the outer side. Now it's been turned over, and Moe through the big man in Reese will threaten forward 50 again. It now bursts through forward 50. Good work, Dugan. Handball went searching for a teammate. The umpire says no. It wasn't
holding the ball.
Legitimate handball, so you've been paid for dropping the ball and a free kick Leongatha away. And look at this. If they get a good bounce, they're away and going, but they don't. I thought it went over the boundary line here. The umpire caught up well. Good boundary umpiring there.
So I've been watching the play just from the start of the quarter, and
still with us.
Marriott's got a new tag with Darnell Gregg. If you have a look at the way that matchup is working, Darnell Gregg's just giving him so much space, and Marriott just runs hard and fast at the ball.
Well, Stone from the stoppage had nowhere to go as he was wrapped up. We'll have another ball up half forward flank here for Moe. This has been their area of concern. As Willis double fist that good 15 metres along the line. Cameron Stone just ran onto it from the stoppage and then kicked it towards Hopkins. It's going to get out the back. Nick Nagel's the first one to swoop on it. The bounce doesn't sit for him, but he goes and wins it himself. Handball's back to Hopkins, and he neatly does it nicely with a good kick to Chrissy Dunn. And that's the patience I talk about, Poppy. Hopkins could have gone into that contest, but he trusted his teammate in Nagel to win it and get it back to him. And then he was able to spot up Chrissy Dunn. So Chris Dunn on a 45-degree angle he'll have a shot on goal.
Don't you love kids?
Yeah, oblivious to the effects, Mike. 69 points is the margin. And Chrissy Dunn's already got 2 goals. He knows how to find them, puts it on its way. The breeze, though, just going left to right and pushes it through for a minus score.
It's a 70-point lead now, and we've played almost 8 minutes into the third quarter, and the Parrots are in front, 14-7-91. Moe 3-3-21, McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
So as far as quarters go, boys, this is the slowest start to a quarter in the game to date. Nice kick, nice mark, good grab in the end. I reckon it was Dugan that took the mark over the top. And defensive 50 short kick. He's got Grech, or he can go over the top of Grech to McLeod. He chooses McLeod, who goes inboard, runs back on the left. Nice little run there by Van Dyke. Van Dyke's got one of their rare goals today, but not much more than that. Kick inside, good mark in front of the pack by Wood. He hasn't been so damaging. He's got a little bit of the ball, but this has let him down today's disposal, but a good diving mark keeps him in the picture through Jenkinson.
He can square it out wide to Stanlake. He dropped the mark and Hopkins is closing quickly. Stanlake has to quickly get his boot to ball, and that's a good kick over the top to Prestige. Have they got some run? He can chip it over the top if he goes quickly now, and he doesn't decide to go in that direction. He's still got him on, and that player that we talk of is McLeod. Now he gets there, and he's had some real gut-busting runs. Nice little kick to Blazer or Dugan. Well, they mucked it up for each other on that occasion, and again, Dugan then just gave... No, Dugan will win the free kick.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure Dugan actually tackled Borshman to the ground, but anyway, free kick will go to Dugan. He'll drive his boot to ball. Farrell's the target. He's got a few to beat though. Baboon was one of those. Brought it to ground. Wood at ground level. Tries to win it and got quickly tackled.
Because you know when your day's not going really well, when your tallest player didn't want to go for the mark.
He ran underneath it. Yeah. Now, they're not in the zone today, unfortunately, but Leongatha don't take anything away from this performance. A quick kick forward to within 20 metres of Moe's goals. They stand up under the pressure to the home side. They stand up well, really well. Good work too it was. Josh Wilson held that ball in. They're still 25 metres from their goals, Moe goals, and it's going to be Willis who contests the ruck, gets rid of Morrow. Couldn't get a hand on the ball, does now, but Morrow's got him, and guess what? I reckon the big man in Zandbrook's got Morrow. So it was like a choo-choo train, but the umpire says he'll do the driving and balls it up or throws it up. Nice work, Farrell. Farrell out of the stoppage. Quick handball over the top to Dugan. Dugan gets a goal, and everyone goes ho-hum.
Well, exactly right. And Boxer, it's an opportunistic goal, but they needed one.
Yeah, we'll call it an opportunistic goal, but the goal they absolutely definitely needed there, Scud. And like Poppy's been calling just for the last few minutes, it's just sort of been a bit of a stalemate in comparison to what the other quarters have been to it from the start, but a much needed goal to Moe.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Moe now 4-3-27, 64 points in arrears of Leongatha, or 14-7-91, 10 and a half minutes played, third quarter.
Boxer, let's get some around the ground scores for Harvey Norman Furniture.
Yes, Wonthaggi 6-4-40, they trial sales 7-5-47. Mathra, big second quarter, 13-9-87 to Druin 3-2-20. And Warrigal 5-9-39, they trial Bairnsdale 6-5-41.
Well, could it be Bairnsdale's first away win? Well, we've still got a half to go. And is there an upset brewing down in South Gippsland? Wonthaggi only trailing by 7 points in that game. So back here at Leongatha, as we said, the margin 64 points, and Leongatha have a free kick in the middle of the ground through Sandbrook. Delivers to Maskell. They've got leads to the fat side, but he comes to the near side. Hopkins is the one over the back, has one bite. His ground level's usually pretty good. Twisting and turning, gave it to Nagel, and then Rennett's just wrapped him up in a tackle and threw him over the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw in. And that's what the big, strong defensive man of Charlie Rennett's does for this Lions side, but hasn't been their day down there, the backman. They've been completely outclassed by this Leongatha forward line, who have slammed on 14 goals in a half of football. As they look to press again, no one could really win it from the stoppage. Guess what? Marriott's the last one to give it back.
Scud just in the mid-Gippsland football league. It's half-time there, and we've got a thrill up. It's 6, moving north, 6-6-42. They lead Heeland at 6-5-41.
Again, trying to work away from the stoppage. There's a few numbers around this one. No one's really going anywhere with that.
I think every time today that Moe have scored a goal, Leongatha have answered within a few minutes. Let's see if they can do that right now. They're 25 metres from goal. Quick kick, smothered off the boot. Stan Lake dispossessed. Play on's the call, or is it?
Yeah, free kick. I think it's going Maskell's way.
Yeah, he got the chance to bring up the handful, I reckon. He may have been grabbed without the ball. He played for it, mind you, but he played it well. Is he the player that's going to get the free kick? There's 3 or 4 Leongatha players around the ball, all wanting a piece of the action.
Yeah, it will be.
It's going to be Maskell. So, boys, he's kicked 4. And here he goes.
Yeah, put it down.
He's a beautiful kick of the football. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes straight through the middle.
All right, he's been good today, hasn't he? He's been right on the money. He can hit a button from 50 metres. And let's see if he can hit the goals. He'll kick from what appears to be about 30 metres out, directly in front. And he's a neat little kick, a nice mover, nice kicking style. Either in play or set shots. Runs to the left a little bit. Doesn't matter. Beautiful. I tell you what, if there was a post in between the 2 goalposts, he would have hit it. That's how accurate he was, boys. He's got 5.
Yeah, well, that's a great get there from Maskell as well. 5 again, just doing his job, and he's finding that form right before finals as well. Leongatha continue to do their job.
15-7-97, the Leongatha score, 70 points to the good of Moe, who are 4-3-27. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 13 and a half minutes played of the third quarter.
Well, they do get the answering, and they've kicked 2-1 in this third quarter, albeit a little bit slow. It's taken 13 minutes to get these 3 goals, and there's a free kick again going Leongatha's way. Brown, they get the advantage. Bowman gave it across to Forrester, who kicked it inside 50. Biffin put one hand up. He could get run down from behind or pushed in the back, either way. And he got pushed in the back. So the free kick will go back to half-back, where Biffin is the one to have the free kick.
You know, but Leongatha haven't taken their foot off the pedal, have they? I mean, they're 12 goals in front, and you can forgive them for, you know, not doing the sort of work they just did then. I mean, they gave the free kick away, but they didn't want to give them an inch.
No, they didn't.
Stan Lake's found a couple of inches, mind you, now, from right half-back flank, with the boundary line to his right side. He comes inboard. It's a long kick. It's a risky kick. It's a good kick, though. Taking the mark was Ainsworth, centre of the ground, in the mud. Does he want to play on? He does. He wants to play on quickly because grandstand side, Jaden Van Dyke takes a mark, plays on. Off they go. Or they're going to run themselves in and out of trouble in the search for wood. But guess what? That's really a reflection of the sort of day they're having. It was touched by Wood, or was it?
Yep.
It's going to be a boundary throw-in. In front of the coaches' boxes, grandstand side, Parrot Park, with the home side leading by 70 points.
Farrell now does the ruck, and Harry got up high. I'll give that to Harry, but the second effort from Farrell was the tap. Running onto there was Davidson. Westaway has it. Flicks a handball over the top. Now Marriott took on Coxedge in the tackle, and he still managed to get his handball away, and somehow that ball bounced in that quag pit in the middle. And again, they tap it through. Davidson tapped it out in the run of Cooper, and then Forrester got on the end of it, kicked it to half forward where Nagel was at. He couldn't mark it. Biffin just put it on the boot, and I think it might come back as Harry took on the tackler, but he handballed backwards, allowed Scott Van Dyke to run onto this one. He had to kick off the ground in the end. And now reading it better there was Leongatha and Chris Baboon. Lachlan Reese put a bit of pressure on. They get the footy back to the Lions. Wilson gives a handball. He missed the target in Wood. He's got some space, kicks it out to the fat side. Scalling's got the height advantage over Ainsworth, and Scalling does well. Kept his feet, kicks it out towards Chris Baboon, and he can mark it and play on. And then he straightens him up, but misses the target. Spencer White will get it. He'll run to 50. He tries to don't argue, and then coughed it up. And the secondary tackle from Hayden Brown comes in and was rewarded with holding the ball.
So the free kick, Parrott's way, and they do what they've done for most of the day. They play on quickly to space where they've got options. They zigzag their way up Parrot Park, and now they're in the centre with Sammy Forrester, who has the ball, goes towards the outer side. The kick wasn't pinpoint perfect, but it was good enough to give a teammate a chance. He couldn't take it though, but Farrell can. Gives ground, keeps possession. Finds Scotty Van Dyke, who kicks towards half-forward line. But guess what? Bouncing out is Zandbrook. He kicks to within 50 metres, and this is easy.
Well, it was easy, except Harry dropped the easiest of marks. It doesn't matter. He swings around and snaps it around his body.
This is easy.
Well, you're exactly right in the end, Poppy. He dropped the easiest of marks and then ran around his body and kicked it and put it straight through. Now Harry's got 3.
It's one of those things where they just get him at the back all the time, and their quick transition allows them to do that. When Moe are flat-footed, your job's going to be a lot easier, and they set that up really well, apart from Harry giving us a little bit of spice, we'll call it, for that goal there.
17-minute mark, third quarter. Leongatha brought up the ton. 16-703, Moe 4-3-27, McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
That is right, 7.5 minutes in the third quarter. And again, Willis tapped it down. At the back, though, was Grech. He took on one tackler. He might be in trouble now. The underground handball to Blazer, who handballs backwards to Cox Edge. He's tackled by Sovereign. Now they're under. Now they might be away. Darnell Grech's got a little bit of space in front of him. Kicks it to half forward. Reese was the target. It drops at his toes. He goes and gets it. Handballs back over the shoulder to Wilson. He can run to 55. To the hot spot. Over the back is Braganolo. And again, Skelling does really well. And eventually Cooper gave it to Verboon, and again they play on quickly, and they've got numbers everywhere.
They have to. They choose to come boundary side now, grandstand side, but it falls in the arms of Savarin. Tim Savarin, number 30, goes short. They do this well. It's a frustrating game to defend when you play short like this. But Brock Davidson, now they go inboard again. Geez, they're making some risky moves. This one doesn't pay off. One of the rare times today in a good performance to date. Moe do it through Cox Edge, kicks inside forward 50. Player in front, I thought, takes a mark. Umpire says he was taken by the hands, and Lachlan Reese will think about having a shot for goal, boys. What do you think? Does he kick 50 plus?
No, I think he lands it short.
So if he does, where is the leads coming in? Is there one movement in front? Is there one player moving?
Well, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. He might be able to kick the
This is
distance.
the third time today that Moe have had repeat inside 50s.
Gee whiz. Wow.
Here we go.
So they must back him in.
Yeah, they're backing in Lachlan Reese, but he'll kick from outside 50. But as you said, Scud, the ball falls short. So maybe you know more about Lachlan's kicking than he does, and certainly more than his teammates, because none of them moved.
Yep.
And Leongatha are embarrassing Moe today, I'm afraid to say. And you know I'm a fan of Moe, but this isn't one of their best performances.
That is my pet hate right there. And I don't watch them train. I only watch a few of their games. If you can't make the distance, surely you've got to be looking at passing it off. But that kick there does nothing for your team.
No, there should be some sort of set play that's been organised when you're 50, 55 metres out. Free kick goes Leongatha's way. Wow.
He's got him for a sling. Fellas, that one.
Farrell against the big fellow in Willis. He plays on quickly. He's going to kick towards the quagmire, but he doesn't make the distance.
They all do
go
it.
again. They do it. And, they kick to the top of the square, but I reckon we've got the nicely done. Zandbrook came in late, punched the ball away from the waiting hands of Dugan and found the boundary.
Did you guys realise the significance of that said sling tackling Ben Willis? That takes some strength, I would think.
Yeah,
well,
right too.
It certainly does.
Down a buffalo with your bare hands.
Chris Baboon does the roving work from the stoppage and kicks it, and they're getting all the bounces as well. Chrissy Dunn handballs over the top to Bushman.
Look at this.
He can handball over the top to Harry. Now he's got some pace. He can go. One bounce, two bounces, half forward flank he goes, kicks in the directions of Hopkins on his chest, and he marks. And in a blink of an eye, the ball gets transferred from half back to half forward, and Hopkins has a shot on goal. All because of Cole Sandbrook's third man up spoil.
Two kicks over there.
And Verboon did the roving work. The chain of handballs lands in the hand of the speed demon in Harry, and he hits lace out, going back with a flight in Josh Hopkins, who can go back and get the fourth goal of Leongatha for Leongatha in this third quarter. And the umpire does not move. And the margin now is out to 82 points, if you don't mind, Boxer.
And then that kick you spoke about that really frustrated you, and which frustrates me as well. If you know your limitations, make sure you know exactly what you want to do. But he didn't have much movement either. So maybe he tried something then too. Then you see the flip side of the coin.
The way he went back, he was having a shot. So the teammates just go, I'm switching off. Oh, yeah, no, that's not the attitude you need to have.
No, and Leongatha playing with a lot of confidence too. So, PC, all over to you, mate.
82-point lead at the 21-minute mark of the third quarter for Leongatha. We're 17-7-109. Moe 4-3-27. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Farrell gets the tap. They've won something. They've got the tap. Ball taken by the umpire, though. And there'll be a ball up. Let's see if he can do it again. He had a swipe at it, but Willis gets the next knock forward, but only as far as Cox Edge.
Oh, that pressure again.
The pressure was brilliant, really. It's the 1%ers when you could forgive them for not applying it. Willis gets a handball and then kicks to within 50 metres of the Parrots' goals. An unfavourable bounce put Moe under pressure.
Great pick
Coming
up.
in beautifully.
A free kick.
Was Jackson Henry, or Harry, I should say.
Tom Fleming has the free kick, boys, for Moe.
All right, here we go.
Just didn't have the football there in that contest. So Fleming rolls and plays on, kicks to a big pack on the wing. Big Spencer White flew, had a good piece of it, wasn't paid the mark. Sandbrook kicks around the body. Harry, his hand work below his knees is great. Bowman got quickly boot to ball, and Stone with pure strength takes the mark. He gets quickly up and then delivers it nicely to Marriott. He's looking for a target too. Look, he's bouncing around. You know he's not going to have a shot. Even though he'd probably just about make the distance, he's waiting. There's a couple of movements. This is what we didn't see at the other end of the ground. They still present. Stone was one. Stone's still presenting down the forward line. Now there's a target. Now there's another one.
So this is where they're backing him in. They know that he can kick the distance.
I would back him in at this stage. He's 55 metres out.
Long kick.
Married, he shanked it. So he does not. He got the distance, but it's out of bounds on the full. But they're still presenting, aren't they? They're 55 metres out, but they're willing to still present and give an option in case the open space was there. He would have hit the target.
Yeah, they're on the balls of their feet, whereas Moe are on the heels of their feet. And
a bit like you were before, Poppy, on your heels.
But you know what? I learnt my lesson after the first quarter. After being on my heels, I jumped up and about.
You were up and about early.
Well, Poppy, let's go to the AFL quickly. We're the 20-minute mark of the third quarter at the Gabba, and it's the Cats still lead 7-8-50 to the Lions 5-10-40.
Oh, okay, game on there. Not so much here, but we're looking about a margin now as Farrell takes a good, strong mark across the half back line. Or free kick behind play went to Spencer White. So from the half-back grandstand side, he looks in ball, the kick off the boot, looks neat, finds Breck, worked up from defensive 50 towards forward of half-back.
See, this is where they got no targets because Spencer White and Farrell were both up at half-back flank.
They're going to go Dugan way, are they? He presents nicely. Nice leg too. Jeez, I tell you what, he took a second grab at that.
Well, at least Spencer White's now down in the forward line for this next kick. Whether
He's
it goes
asking
there.
the ball to be put over the top. And that's where he goes. He's got to jump on it, Spencer White, but he jumps too deep.
In the front
and
spot.
In the front is Baboon, who does it pretty easy and does what they've done for most of the day. Play on quickly and
Here they go.
Space.
Kelly was the one, got it out to Davidson. They go further to Dunn. They've got the overlap. Stone's going to be the one. Can he get it? He does. It was just a bit of a loopy kick. Allowed Stone now to go back over the top. They've transferred the football again. This is all too familiar. Hopkins has it at half forward, chips it over the top again. Harry's the one. Can they get it inside forward 50 quickly? No, he's got some good numbers back on this occasion, but they dropped the mark. You'd think they'd be able to get away with this. They do. They've got numbers. Fleming clears it out, missing the target out there. It was Dugan. Westaway tried to thump it his way. Eventually it goes over. We've got a boundary throw in, but it's all too familiar. And we're a long way away from it, but we can see what's happening each and every time that Leongatha try and transfer it out of their back half. From this stoppage though, Hayden Brown swooped on it, gave it to Stone, who gave it back to, it was Brown. He's kicked to Hopkins again, he's been busy. In the end, takes the chest mark, 45 metres out. Waits for the leads to present, goes in the direction, over the top of Nagel's head. Stone tapped it towards a dangerous hot spot. Picking it up cleanly off the ground was Bowman. Gave it to Stone, who ran on and right on the three-quarter time siren. I think it will count. The goal umpire and the field umpire says all clear. And with 1 second to go, Cameron Stone gets another right on the three-quarter time siren. And Paul, for McDonald's Cafe, the Gippsland scoreboard this afternoon reads...
It is an 88-point lead to Leongatha at three-quarter time. 18-7, 115 to Moe 4-3-27.
Well, they kicked 5 goals to 1.
I just didn't coach well at all that quarter.
No, you didn't. 5 goals to 1 in that quarter.
Got full support of the president of the board.
You are listening to Gippsland Live. It's 3-quarter time, as Paul Carter just mentioned. Can you believe it? 88 points here at Leongatha. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. Fantastic deals, incredible range. Rush in store today.
The freshest way to start the day. Gabby and
No, you don't want to watch this game. It's bad. Right from the start. Absolutely destroyed. We were down by 8 goals by the end of the first quarter. I don't know what's going on. I don't even want to be filming it. Yep, same here.
Wood on 11.
Gee whiz, take Blazers 22 out, and as you just said, no one's got double-figure stats, and these are all key midfielders or running halfback flankers that we follow.
Mostly that's the ones we regularly see getting the most disposals.
But I tell you what, Blazers 22 haven't been damaging either.
No.
You know, you can't look and say, geez, he's set up pieces of play, he's been magnificent. He's just got his hands on the ball.
He just doesn't have the support around him either. Well, we've got one to go. Leongatha are going to take third spot on the ladder. Don't make no mistake about that. And potentially, we might get to some percentages after this. Of course, it is moving Saturday, as Paul Carter put it. There's lots of teams that are going to move around on the ladder. We've got some key scores now and around the grounds. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. It's a great Saturday afternoon.
Thanks, Scott. It's Sale 7.547 to 130 6.440. Mafra, big leaders, 18-12, 120 to Druin, 4-6-30.
Well, Moe got the clearance. It was kicked in the forward 50 by Morrow. Dugan just had a fresh airy. And then he actually kicked it out of bounds on the full. So he's tried to keep it in. He actually tried to have a shot, kicked it out of the air, got the wrong side of the football and out of bounds on the full. And on quick transition, Leongatha are away.
They've done this well all day, from fullback to half forward through Borsman. Goes in, gee whiz, this is easy again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Olden, it's just like repeat, isn't it? We're seeing the same time and time again, and Moe haven't woken up to it. They're fighting hard in defensive 50 at the moment, but they go to. I mean, it's not through their good play, it's through Leongatha's turnovers. This time Willis sends it back again, threatens forward 50, gets in there. Maskell, who's kicked 5, was a contest. Now he lays a tackle, if you don't mind, and keeps the ball in the area, right in the arc of 50. Boxer.
Papa, we've got a thriller in Manila in the AFL. It's the Blues. They've hit the front, 10-11-71. They lead St Kilda 10-8-68 in the 24th minute mark of the last quarter.
We've got that Geelong-Brisbane game.
Yes,
1 versus 2 game.
And it's it's a very close one up there as well. It's 3-quarter time, and it's the Cats 8-9-57. They lead the Lions 6-12-48.
Well, Willis gets a tap down. Sorry, Scott. Inside forward 50, under pressure. Let's see if they can make that margin 100. A kick around the body, top of the square. No, couldn't take the mark. Or could he? Yes, indeed. I thought the defender got a hand to it, but it was Chrissy Dunn who had 3 bites at the cherry. Not 1, He's not 2.
Yeah, he's in front. He's going to get
3 bites at the cherry, took the mark, and now he'll kick the goal. He's directly in front. He's 10 metres out. Scudder's already penciled him down. That's my only concern. But other than that, he should bring up Leongatha's 19th goal, boys, and it's closer to a 100-point margin. Straight in front, walks it in, bang, and kicks his first for the afternoon. In fact,
He's done his third for the afternoon.
I just looked down. I thought, geez, he kicked one of the first, one of the second.
And that takes Leongatha on the Carpet Country scoreboard to a score of 19-7, 121, a 94-point lead over Moe at the 2-minute mark in the final quarter. The Lions are sitting on 4-3-27.
How can I follow that silence, Scud? Oh, well, I'm not sure.
But, well, as he kicked it, I went to mark it down, and I said first, and I looked down, I think, hang on a minute, I've got 1 here, I've got 2 here. And I had to double check myself.
Well, we're bordering on 100-point shellacking over here at Parrot Park, and they go forward again. Dunn just slapped it forward. Stone might be able to run onto it. Just got to boot the ball, allowed Borshman to pick it up. Gave it to Nagel. His kick was partially smothered by Coxedge. Gave it to Braganola, who coughed it up, and that's holding the ball. And Cameron Stone will go back. He's probably too far out to score, so he's looking to dart, he's looking to present, he wants to give it off, he's going to go to Olden, who went up a bit early, one hand, wins it though, gave it out the back to Sovereign, he chips it over the top, on top of Hopkins' head, and Grady Coxedge takes the mark. Relieves a little bit of pressure, and no, Jacob Wood, well, he was paid the mark as he went to ground. He's still inside his defensive 50. Big moments for Monticello's this afternoon, none bigger than Leongatha's dominance here in a battle for third spot. And we expected more, to be honest, as Jacob Wood squared it up to Biffin. He can handle over the top to Prestige, who ran on, and Harry's going to chase him, but Prestige got his kick away to some open space. Said to Jenkinson, go and get it. Sovereign will close. Jenkinson did well. Won it, then sweep to handle over the top to Prestige, who ran onto that. They're at the wing, the Lions. Now the kick goes towards the top of the 50. White and Skelling. White nudged his player underneath it and then dropped the mark and allowed Skelling to go pick up the football, give it to Forrester, and Moe are out in their feet.
Yeah, they are indeed. Leongatha keep on running hard, finding space, and I tell you what, they can just about walk this one in through Maskell, who'll mark 30 metres out on his favoured left side. At the right of goals, he'll shoot for goals, and guess what? He could bring up the half dozen, boys.
Oh, well, Spencer White drops the mark inside forward 50.
Yep.
And Skelling goes to ground, pops up straight away, ends up winning the football, and then bang, transition footy down the other end.
Well, we'll check the biggest margin this year in the competition. I reckon it's over 120 points.
Wow.
And they're going to start to threaten it, I'd reckon. What is it? It's,
you keep commentating.
It's 94 at the moment. This will make it 100 points even if Maskell can find the goals. And guess what, boys? Of course he does. He brings up his 6th goal of the afternoon, and the margin box is 100.
I'm just sort of going to wonder what Simsy does after the game and what the message is going to be to the players, just to make sure that they stay focused on the job ahead over the next 2 or 3 weeks, because today they have been absolutely shown how to play the game.
And the margin is exactly 100 points, 127 to 27. Leongatha 20 goals 7, Moe 4 goals 3, Carpet Country scoreboard.
Well, the ball's back in the middle, and Bowman won it by hand to Borshman. He got driven into the ground. Play continues. Van Dyke got the handball, missed the target in Blazer. Borshman's being held without the football. Yep. To answer your question, Poppy, Sale have defeated Warrigal back in about round 10 by 124 points.
All right, so this could threaten it, couldn't they? They go for it again.
Mind you, that wasn't 3rd versus 4th.
No, that's right. Leongatha sit below Moe, if you can believe it, on the table. You wouldn't believe it, though, would you, if you've just walked off the boat and your first day in Leongatha.
And again, right on the limit, and Cam Olden chips it to a leading target in Chrissy Dunn.
So Chrissy
That's
Dunn,
the difference.
So I will repeat, has kicked 3 goals today. He'll have a chance to bring up his 4th. It'll test him. He'll kick from inside 50, but only just. Might have a couple of metres up his sleeve. But he'll take a good kick.
He's got the distance in him.
Okay, he's got the distance.
Yeah, I'm happy for him to have a shot.
Here he goes. So Dunn walks this in with his team leading by 100 points. They continue the rampage. Kick for goal. Might fall short. just a metre. Farrell's got the back spot, but a good mark in front by Braganolo.
Goes short into the shallow pocket where McLeod marks. Turns around and plays on quickly. Got boot to ball. Gets it out towards Dugan. Over the back was White. Put one hand down. It's going to stay in the field of play, is it? Yes, it is. And they've got numbers out the back here. Good work there by Westaway into Marriott. He tries to wheel and go. He gets it to the fat side. His kick, though, is going to be a bit of a wobbler one. It's going to pay off, though. And it's just one of those days. Wilson comes in to help, though, for the Lions. Quick kick goes forward. Here's a chance. It is Galea running through the middle. Sockers it off the ground.
Beautiful play.
Inside forward 50 now. White's got a panic. Westaway's closing quickly, though. White goes to ground. Westaway does really well. And there's a free kick going
Spencer White
against Westaway.
Scott.
So it goes against Westaway, and Spencer White, well, he didn't have much petrol left in the tank, but he was able to win himself the free kick, and we'll have a shot directly in front. So it's even 100 at the moment. Spencer White hasn't got a goal to date. He has missed a couple, and this is, well, for a player of his quality, should go through from about 35 metres out, left foot, directly in front pretty much, and it does go straight through the middle. So Spencer White gets on the tally for the Lions, gets it back under that 100.
Nice little fast break there by Moe too, and Galea ran onto that ball. He had the smarts too. He knew he was under pressure to kick the ball off the ground just to give Spencer White that option. But Westaway and Leongatha made him work pretty hard to make sure that if they're going to give a goal away, we'll make you earn it. And he was good enough to put that one through.
8-minute final quarter, and the margin is back under the 100 points, 94 points. Ahead is Leongatha. They are 20 goals, 7-1-27 on the Carpet Country scoreboard. Moe 5-3-33.
Scott, I might have got Brett Rattensack, but I might have got David Teague job. They lead by 10 points. Oh, you got the job, didn't you?
He's got
3 years. Yeah, so 11-12-78 to 10-8-68.
Well, we've just missed a beautiful clearance from Brown to Dunn, and Dunn now kicks it to the top of the square, but missed Kyle Cooper. Braganolo was able to run onto it, handball to open space, and told Van Dyke to go and get it. He's twisting and turning. Gave a handball inboard. Now here's McLeod. He's running backwards.
Nowhere to go.
Absolute nowhere. To handball backwards to Van Dyke, and then, well, Nick Nagle did a smother and caused the stoppage for a boundary throw-in. As we're going to have some around the ground score. I want to keep you up to date with that Wonthaggi Sale game. Of course, that's an important one because Sale trailing at the moment, can you believe it? 12 goals, 476 Wonthaggi. Sale is 7-8-50.
Jungo. Leongatha go forward too, so they might be jumping a few spots up the ladder after this game, Leongatha. And they've sent a shot across the bow, haven't they?
Yeah, well, this could mean Mafra in the prime spot now to finish on top.
And Leongatha second.
Yep, we'll get to the live ladder at the end of this game.
So here we go, Leongatha deep into attack with Nicky Nagle, who's kicked a few himself today, top of the square stuff. Not sure they've got a winner here. It's attempted to be marked by 4 or 5 players. No, but they can get it out.
It was...
The ball. There was 2 Moe players lying on the ball.
Yep, not doing anything.
Nothing. They were just lying like having a cuddle with the ball in between them. It was like they were using the ball as a pillow.
I take my hat off to the umpire. I think it's... he could have just gone, no, we'll ball it up. The game's shot as it is. But he said, no, you're not doing the right thing. Let's hold the ball.
It's like a jump ball in basketball where the 2 players on the same team grab on at the same time, and it's called travel. As Chrissy Dunn puts it straight through the middle, and guess what, Poppy?
That's his second.
Now 4. Chris Dunn has 4. He's got 2 in this last quarter.
Yeah, well, the juggernaut continues, and they're just really going to stamp their authority. You talked about percentage before the game. They only 1%, separated the sides. It's going to be more like 10-15% after this game.
This could be big in terms of can they close to a Mafra type of percentage?
20% at this time of the year is very, very hard to do. It's a 100-point lead at the 11-minute mark of the final quarter to Leongatha, 21-7-133 to Moe 5-3-33, Carpet Country scoreboard.
And remembering too, Mafra are having a healthy lead at the moment, probably a healthy win. So the ball back in the centre of the ground. Greg threads one through, and he threads it through nicely. Finds a running McLeod, bursts through the centre, and off they go. He tries to get on the end of it again. Dugan goes over the top to McLeod. He needs the ball to bounce up. It doesn't, but he gets his hands on it. Dances around a couple. Goes short.
Well done, Marriott.
Gives it up, and Marriott takes a strong mark. Read the play beautifully. And guess what? They're running in numbers.
Yeah, they certainly are. They've got the overlap kick already, and it just doesn't quite get out there to Kelly.
But look how easy.
He's got plenty of time. He wins it off the ground and then handles out wide. Just leaving it behind there was Turton. He has to go and fight for it again, does Aaron. Helping him out there was Nagel. He got quickly wrapped up in a tackle with Galea at the bottom of the pack as well. And a ball up right on the point of the half-forward flank of Moe. And we're 12 and a half minutes in and they lead by 100 points exactly.
So the ball and left half-forward flank, Moe. Well, it's been a pretty pathetic performance, to be blunt, today. But I'm not sure how bad Moe have been and how good Leongatha are. You really can't take anything from Leongatha because they've moved the ball and they've beaten the team in front of them. Both teams had plenty to play for. There's no excuses in this Moe side. We had some concerns with some of their outs at the start of the game. Bernie Vince, the most notable, but I don't think anyone tipped this.
No, it's a structure issue for me, I think. Just not trusting their own teammates at the moment. Meanwhile, Mafra are leading by 87 points over the top of Druin, so their percentage is going to be increased as well.
Here we go, Leongatha, the 1-2 dance around, nicely done. Good run by Harry, just worried about him. He goes inside forward 50. Can't bust through the arc though. They got the numbers. They have to decide who's going to get the ball. Long kick, good spot. He'll probably just run straight onto it. No.
Nagel
right at the top of the square. Nagel just needed a favourable bounce. He grabbed his opponent too high. So there'll be a free kick. It will go Moe's way and it will go the way of Breganolo.
Yeah, right on the back pocket for the Lions. It's been a dismal day. They won't enjoy this trip over here this afternoon. Kick goes high out towards Farrell. Over the back though was Brown. Just gave it the handball to Jenkinson. He can go back inboard. Van Dyke's there. He's been told to hold because Marriott was closing. Inside his defensive 50 still. Goes short. Found Galea. Half-back flank is Galea. And this is that structure I talk about. And Galea's kick missed the target. McLeod presented, who has tried hard all day as well for the Lions. Him and James Blazer. But too little, too few. Well,
there's a lot of things, even off the ball. Leongatha body checking plays, stopping leads, doing all the things that don't even count on the stat sheet.
Yep.
But they count for the team. And it's a really good team performance today. Even there, just bodying the ball, forming a passage, and off they go, running. As Stone goes over the top. Look at this. This is another goal. Here we go. How easy. How easy is this? Chris Dunn gets his fifth today. Can you believe it? 3 of those have been in this quarter. Chrissy Dunn, take a bow, my friend. So too, Leongatha.
I think we might talk about the AFL scores too, because right now, if we keep talking about the way Leongatha are playing, it'll be just like a broken record. Let's go to the AFL really quickly, and it's the Cats 9-11-65. It's the 8-minute mark of the last quarter to the Lions 7-12-54.
106 points is the lead to Leongatha. 15-minute mark of the final quarter. The Carpet Country scoreboard seeing the Parrots 22-7-139, Moe 5-3-33.
Hill End have hit the lead over in Gippsland too, boys, just deep into the last quarter. Nick, sorry to take your job for just a minute, but Hill End 10-5-65. I don't want it. Mubu North 9-9-63.
Well, Leongatha again go forward, but Oldham dropped the mark as he was diving to ground. It allowed Moe through Reese to pick it up and kick in the direction of Rennitz, who perhaps may have been more moved forward in this last quarter. And we'll have a stoppage on the far wing.
Interesting to see what they do this week, Moe, as well. They got Warrigal last game. Leongatha are going to go to Bairnsdale for their last game as well. So,
make no mistake, Moe have to play their best side and have to win convincingly to get a little bit of confidence back.
Definitely.
They'll be shattered after this one. And I think they were a little bit flattered by the Sale one. I reckon they were just putting a couple of late goals, just a couple of Band-Aid fixes in a few of their problems, I think. And sort of flattering result, that game up there that we called a couple of weeks ago. This has come back to haunt them again because it's a very similar type of afternoon. This time, though, Leongatha aren't letting Moe get back into this game as they lead by 106 points, if you don't mind, and Nagel will kick it inside forward 50. Olden couldn't mark it. Stone was at ground level. Morrow, they got the handball away, but it was picked off by Bowman. He got it out wide to Stone, and Stone could just kick to the pocket. While Cooper's one of the smallest guys out there, and he does take the contested mark. Play on. No, the umpire said play on. He doesn't matter. He said, I'll give it to Cameron Olden. and he snaps and misses, so drag him, get him off.
That was a mark all day.
Yeah. Well, Cameron Oldham's had a good afternoon, but he's missed that one.
22.81.40, Leongatha to Moe 5.3.33, Carpet Country scoreboard.
So Biffin brings the ball back into play. Moe just try to play Leongatha-like, patient and thread their way through. It's come unstuck for most of the day today, though, mind you. Stanlake, 3 possessions, still into defensive 50. Long kick down the corridor. Nice little half volley pick-up. And Moe can go into attack. They do it through McLeod towards centre half forward. Out the back is White. Does he take the ball? He does. Can he get rid of it fairly? He cannot. Free kick, play on. Here we go. It's all green and gold. And I'm talking 3 players, all with 20 metres of space. One of those was Joshy Hopkins, who marks in front of the grandstand. Takes a bow to the crowd and then goes inboard.
Found
Nicely done. Yep, Turton's the man, Scudder.
Old little turtle on the wing area. He goes backwards to Sovereign. He can square it up. They go back again. This is where they basketball it around. Westaway can get it out to Baboon, who's got a Haddock on the wing. He can run and carry and take one bounce. He can have another if he wants. He decides to kick it to the top of the 50, and he found Borshman. Not quite, but Borshman will get the free kick. No, he got sat on.
Well, it looked like a bloody cowboy riding a rodeo horse there.
And I reckon he stayed on for 8 seconds too.
He did, yeah.
Skelling had it at the wing, gave it into Bowman. They come in board now to Forrester. He's got a Paddock to turn around and kick it to some open space. Well, Sovereign, he was the one in the prime spot. Cooper left it for him. Now, Sovereign, if you're too far out, I want you to pass it off, boy. He's going back as if he's going to kick the distance.
Don't think he will.
He won't make the distance, I don't think. He's got a little bit of definition in those quads. He's right in front of us here at Leongatha.
I'll back him, Scud.
He can prove me wrong and turn around and point to the commentary box if he puts it through. And why wouldn't you? I suppose you're 107 points in front. From 48 metres, well, he's not going to make the distance. He should have listened. Over the back. Is it Braganolo? No, play on, said the umpire. And now we'll ball it up. 2 metres out from Leongatha's goal. 19 minutes have gone, last quarter. And if you haven't heard, Leongatha lead by 107 points.
We should give a big cheerio to the umpires too.
Just a quick one. Here's Big Willis about to have a shot on goal and miss.
They've done a great job too. The 800 gamer and his son in his first game as well. They've done a great job.
I'll tell you what, the wife's been busiest of most, putting 2 fingers up on 18 occasions today. She's been very, very busy. It's a family affair here, and it's a great family club, this Leongatha club, that are really showing some great footy. A kick out of defence.
It's just, there we go, right on the FX, Mike.
Yeah, that was Scud's head hitting the window as he attempted to mark the ball. But with the ball right now was Sovereign. Gives ground. Shouldn't have cleaned that glass before we got here. Looks like it's not there.
That hurt.
So here we go. The Barracks through Brown. Can't find a teammate, but doesn't matter. They've got the numbers. Clever over the top. Quick kick, top of square. Mark will count. Can they get one? They can't. Falls down.
Oh, they blocked it.
No, that player was the call. Wasn't sure. And Moe now through Galea. No, it goes towards right half-back flank. Look at this. It just keeps on bouncing back. Keeps on bouncing back in. They can't get out of their half-back line or dispossessed. Good tackle. In the end, it was a free kick and it goes the way of Peter Ainsworth.
So Ainsworth gives a handball off to the running Van Dyke. His kick towards half forward is going to be turned over.
What? You couldn't have picked out that Leongatha player any better.
Yeah, Skelling it was. Gave a handball off the back to Nagel. He's been busy all afternoon. A kick to the wing area and they got open space. You can put this commentary on repeat. We don't have to call the last quarter. So now Olden has it top of the 50, goes inside forward 50, and Harry goes up 2 bites. Well, he got one over the shoulder, and he'll go back. He didn't take the mark, but it was over the shoulder. It was very well umpired in the end by the youngster. And he'll go on a tightish angle, and we'll have a shot at goal again as Jack.
50? It is 2.
Yep. So it might have been a little bit of lip from Braganolo, but Jackson Harry will make no mistake now. Harry's going to join the party. He's got 4. And Leongatha, well, they're getting out to a chance to get the all-time leading margin for any game in season 2019.
Yeah, well.
It's now 114 points, that margin, at the 22-minute mark in the final quarter. Carbon Country scoreboard, Leongatha 23.9, 147. Moe 5.3.33.
I'm pretty sure I said 123, didn't I? Oh, no, I said 23. Sorry, yeah, I said 23.
How's the scores going around the grounds? The AFL, the big game?
AFL, up in the Gabba there, and the Cats still 9-12. 66, they lead the Lions 7-13, 55, and the Blues got over the Saints by 10 points this afternoon as well.
Good work for David Teague here. It's really good work for Paul Carbers as Leongatha go forward. Can they find a winner? Spills out the back of the pack. They don't argue. All too easy. Got rid of Stanlake. Oh my goodness. Can you believe this? Another goal for Leongatha. It may have been, I reckon, Cameron Olden, and he kicks his second of the afternoon.
That was just an easy send-off, and he put Stanlake to bed and said, see you later. I can't believe it.
I looked down to check scores for 2 seconds and missed it.
Anyway, Paul, over to you.
It's now a 20-goal lead, 120 points, 24.9, 153. Leongatha to Moe 5.3.33, 23 minutes played, and on the Carpet Country scoreboard.
So it's easy to commentate. You just go ball thrown up and just refer to what I said in the second and third quarters.
Ball thrown up and not quite, as Jacob Wood won that clear. It socketed off the ground. There's a free kick.
Holding the man, no.
Play on. Ainsworth will chip it inside and miss the target in Jenkinson. And then he put a strong tackle on. Now, a bit of a concern for Chris Baboon, who landed heavily from that contest that we just called 2 seconds ago. And that's the last thing you want when you're 120 points up, leading into a big finals campaign. Willis got it to Hopkins, who kicked around his body to the wing area. Leading the chase out there was Sovereign. Couldn't quite win it at first time. Just repeating that back in round 10, Sale defeated Warrigal by 124 points. Now, I reckon at that stage, Sale would have been on top of the ladder. Warrigal probably on the bottom of the ladder, hence the 100, or around about the bottom, thereabouts, 124 points. That's been the highest of the season. Leongatha did beat Druin by 121 here at Leongatha, but this is third versus fourth.
And the third is Moe, don't forget.
And the third is Moe, that's right. The fourth is Leongatha, and the margin's 120 points. No matter which way you peel this back, you just can't believe it. And I just don't know what Moe you're going to do from here.
Yeah, this will hurt them. This will hurt them beyond this week, boys. This isn't a loss that just you can move on.
Yeah, and I don't think that the comeback of Bernie Vince and others are going to make a massive. They'll make a difference, but it won't be a 120-point difference.
You're exactly right. At least they've got a shot on goal now, as Ainsworth will come in and he puts it on the way. Has it got the distance? I don't think it has. There's 2 bites at it. No, they're going to pay the mark in the goal square.
It's not Rennett's, is it?
And it could be the big fella down there. It is Rennett's right on the goal line. So I'm pretty sure that Scully got the first touch on it. But anyway, it is directly in front. And Charlie Rennett's will go back from point-blank range. I don't think we've said this for a long time. He puts the goal straight through the middle. And one of a few goals for Charlie Rennett's in his career, but well done to the big fella.
Yeah, I think, just keep swinging the changes in regards to positional changes for now. We've obviously only got, a few minutes left in the game. And to get this late one now, doesn't make any difference, does it, lads? So
it's now 114 points. Leongatha's way, 25-minute mark in the final quarter, 6.3.39 Moe now, and Leongatha 24.9, 153. Charlie Rennett's actually did spend a little bit of time at centre-half forward in his first year, but then moved back and made a name for himself up in the back line.
Right,
it's a long time between goals, I would think.
That's why he's the number 1 stats man in the business. Marriott at ground level gave it out to Harry, and he runs and carries and gives a handball out to the running Borshman, who taps it out to the area of Nagel. Can he pick it up clean at the top of the 50? He does. And Van Dyke tackled him now in a bit of strife as well for Leongatha now.
Is it Borshman?
It is Borshman.
Yep, looks like you might have got one in the bread basket, I reckon, Scott.
Well, that's why Marriott just jogs away from him then. As the ball up, Harry tapped it down. Hopkins has worked busy all afternoon. Now he's Brodie Easton who's doing the running this afternoon for Leongatha. He's not too far away, coming back from an injury as well. And they ask him what the problem is. He's still down on all fours. We'll soon get an indication when he stands up and see where his hands are holding. As looks like he's got a couple of lumps high in the neck area. We've got a ball up top of the 50.
As that trainer said years ago, swallow, don't spit.
Yeah, exactly right. And there's a free kick from this stoppage. It's a Shepherd going towards Moe's way.
Scar, just a quick AFL update again.
Oh, you're liking this one?
Yeah, we are.
Leongatha's way, so that free kick.
10-13-73. They lead the Lions 7-13-55, and we've played 20 minutes into the last.
Oh, here we go. Oh, the big fella in Willis was the leading target. That's what Poppy got excited about.
Oh.
And now Hopkins might run onto this one with McLeod chasing. Both fall to ground. Wood was there to help. Sell some candy. Left foot kick around his body. It might come back because Skelling attacked it, but Darnell Grech was good, front and square. Wins it, handles over the top to Wilson. And the final siren sounds as Dugan just blaze it away in anger and in frustration because it's an absolute whitewash. 114 points in the end. Leongatha have taken third spot on the ladder and quite possibly may have even taken second because Leongatha 24 goals, 9, 153 have defeated a dismal Moe Lions outfit this afternoon. 6 goals, 3, 39. There's no sugarcoating this one. And Coach Lachlan Sim and his coaching staff have got a little bit of work to do over the coming weeks. They need to rebound quickly, and then, of course, they need to get prepared for some finals football. We'll send Poppy out. He's going to go try and get one of the key stars. I don't know who he'll pick because he could pick 18 of them. They've all been fantastic on a Saturday afternoon. They win by 114 points, 24-9, 153 to Moe 6-3, 39. We'll go through the goal scorers after the break. You are listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM. We've got the Gippsland Live post-game show coming up. It's all for Harvey Norman Electrical.
Kennedy, Franklin.